giving it to him. So he needs to up the level for him to be able to express himself fully.
And almost it felt like he was being a little bit hard on himself, you know. He felt like he almost didn't enjoy that experience.
Yeah, and that's because he weren't getting nothing back. He's, like I said, I see him in the gym fight with guys that are a lot more experienced than him. So,
guys, welcome to talkSPORT audience. We're so delighted to have you joining us tonight. We've had such a wealth of fighters in our ring tonight, and we're really excited to see how the rest of the fight night goes. Next up, we have Frankie Wood as the main event. Later tonight, we have an absolutely tantalizing fight for you for the vacant flyweight British title. It's Alfie Clegg versus Sean Bruce, and it's going to be one you absolutely don't want to miss. It's vacant. We have Duke McKenzie in the crowd tonight. He's someone who won the British title back in the 1980s. You know, I'm so delighted to have Denzel Bentley, the one and only Denzel Bentley, joining me at ringside. Denz, what have you made of the fights tonight?
I think the fights have been good. I think a lot of the talent that we've seen so far have been good talented fighters, and I think these shows, they all produce that. TM14 and Neilson Boxing, they all produce, you know, good fights, good shows where the away fighters ain't just coming to lay down. They fight back and give the fans something to really enjoy. Like you said, the main event tonight is going to be a really good fight for the British title. Don't really get that on these type of shows, so that's really good. Like you said, we got Frankie Wood. Is he making his debut?
No.
Oh, he's not, but he's on it tonight. I've seen him sparring at my gym. He used to come down and spar talkSPORT quite a few times a while back before he turned pro. He's a good fighter as well from what I've seen of him in the gym. There's a load of talent tonight, and I think it's a good show.
When was the last time you were at ringside doing one of these shows?
I think about 4 months now. Last year, November.
Yeah. It's nice to be back.
It is. It's nice to be back in the mix of boxing, looking at the crowd, calling the fights. And, you know, I'm pretty bored about boxing, so...
Do you know what? You've been on great form tonight. I've seen you jumping between commentary, coming here, giving people advice in the ring.
I'm trying. I miss it. I just miss it.
You're working for that. You're working for it tonight, aren't you? I love it.
I'm earning my money.
Last up, we just had Daniel Cotter. He's, you know, a standout. He was a standout amateur in his day. Denz has had the pleasure of obviously sharing the gym with him. You were just saying, actually, before I rudely interrupted you, to welcome our talkSPORT audience about kind of those learning fights, those early stages. You know, just a little recap on that, a short recap for our talkSPORT audience.
Yeah, I'm just saying that those learning fights are really important, but he's someone that wants to move on because he can get the best out of himself when someone's trying to engage and throw back with him. When he's got someone just trying to be defensive and, you know, get PC the rounds out, he doesn't enjoy it. He loves it when someone's thrown back at him so he can unleash his skills. He likes to be slick and move, and you see him put his hands down. He's got very good head movement, very good feet, lets his hands go, throw 3 or 4 and move off. He couldn't really do that tonight because there's nothing coming back. But like I was saying, he could have been a bit more creative with it and made himself go through the gears. So I feel like once he learns to do that, then he'll be a better version of himself.
And if you were in his corner and you were kind of giving him that advice, obviously you said he could be a little bit more creative with it. Absolutely agree with that. But what kinds of things would you tell him to do in order to be creative?
Just look for more shots. He was looking for one punch. Like I said, with his lead hand, he was really good. He was tapping out of there, controlling the distance, and then he'd see a shot and throw a big right hand to the head or a big right hand to the body. If you could throw that big right hand to the head and then come down to the left to the body, that would open up another shot. Then you look back, you look how the opponent reacts. Then you go again. Now you put 3 in next time. Big left hook to the body, big right hook to the body, left hook up top. It's just different shot selections, and he was looking for one, which, you know, didn't really allow him to enjoy it because he was looking for one, waiting for the opponent to return, missed that and come again. I know what he was doing.
And obviously, you know, when he's throwing that one shot, it's very obvious to the opponent what's happening. He's not setting anything up, right?
But even with that shot, like I was saying, he's throwing that so he's going to throw back. He can miss it and then come back. But when he's throwing it, his opponent coming back. There's nothing to counter. So he can't counter the counter essentially, which was making him not enjoy it. But like I said, a bit more creativity, a bit more punches throwing, find those shots, create your own chances rather than looking for them.
I love it. It's great advice. Obviously, you're a, you know, I don't want to say veteran in a rude way, but you're a very well-experienced, a seasoned pro. You've been around. We love it. We're so grateful that you're here with us tonight. Guys, don't go anywhere. Next up, we have Frankie Wood in a sensational fight. Over to you, Huss.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. And now, please welcome to the ring, Neilson Quesada.
Well, we're continuing the action in the lightweight division as Quesada makes his way to the ring with a vast amount of experience. In fact, he's got more knockouts on his record than his opponent Frankie Woods at fight. We are now live on talkSPORT as we are continuing the action. I've got the Omen Spencer Oliver with me at the comms table.
Yep, Quesada started his boxing career winning most of the fights, but hasn't won one since 2019. Out of his last 25, he's only drawn one, lost 24. Can he break the cycle tonight? Can he upset the apple cart against the unbeaten Frankie Wood?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Frankie Wood.
Well, Frankie Wood, the experienced amateur-turned-professional 22-year-old, approaches the ring. The crowd love him. He looks calm, he looks composed, he looks like he means business, and now he's got a big smile on his face.
Big build up here for Frankie Wood, the undefeated fighter. As Prayers just said, only 22 years of age. All three fights so far have been on Queensbury cards, and now for the first time not boxing on a Queensbury card, staying busy against a very experienced Quesada.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing in association with John Trethui of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, your timekeeper at the bell, Anne Marie Randall, and your third person in charge of the action in the ring, referee Amy Pooh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introduces to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the red with black trim. His official weight of 9 stone, 5 pounds and 6 ounces. He has a record of 68 fights, 39 losses, 4 draws, 24 wins, and 9 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Girona, Spain, introducing Quesada. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the purple and gold. His official weight of 9 stones, 5 pounds and 7 ounces. He is currently undefeated with 3 wins. Hailing from West Ham, London, England's United Kingdom, introducing Frankie
Boxers, listen to my instructions at all times. Watch your heads, no low blows. When I say break, step back. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Thank you. Seconds out, round 1.
Well, the crowd went absolutely wild for Frankie Wood as the bell just went for this 6-round contest in the lightweight division. Frankie Wood, an experienced amateur, won over 60 amateur contests and represented England. He's looking to keep hold of his unbeaten record of 3 fights and 3 wins, and he's already made a decent start on Quesada.
Yep, Wood boxing out the southpaw stance has started this one very well. Took control of the centre of the ring and he's landing some good shots. Quesada is under pressure early here in the opening round. Wood not playing around, no feeling out process here.
Nice couple of straight shots there, straight down the pipe onto the chin of Quezada. I think he felt them. You can see his legs buckle a little bit.
Yeah, Quezada definitely felt the weight of that straight left hand that went through the middle. Didn't he, Freya? You just see him there, just dip at the knees a little bit. But this guy's got a wealth of experience, and we've seen Quezada a number of times before, and I can tell you something, he's tough as they come. Better than his record would suggest. As I said earlier on, only drawn 1 out of his last 25. 24 of those defeats, but he is better than that. So Wood has to be on the ball here, and he is on the ball so far in this opening round.
He's not allowing Quezada to settle at all. He's got him on the back foot straight away. And he's got a decent range of punches on him, Wood.
Yeah, he has. The accuracy's very, very good as well. He's found the range and the timing early here in this opening round. He's brought a good crowd down to the York Hall here this evening as well. He's looking to impress, and I tell you what, he started this one very well indeed. Just has to keep his composure, keep his focus, because Quezada's one of those guys that wings in the shots from awkward angles, and you've got to be careful. He can whack a bit. 10 of his 39 wins have come inside the distance.
But he's just taken a couple of clipping shots to the ring on the ropes there from Frankie Woods. Tried to come back with a few body shots, but Wood stayed on him.
Good solid jab there as well from Wood. Found the range well, and he's got Quezada moving around the perimeter of the ring, not giving him any space, making him work on that back foot. Lovely little uppercut on the inside. Good shot selection here from Wood. Controlling the space well as well.
Got less than 30 seconds to go in the first round of 6 in this lightweight contest between Frankie Wood and Eliezer Quezada. Frankie Wood's made a decent start to this contest, but he's got a clinical style about him, just courtesy of his experience in the amateurs. And the bell goes there for the first round. Spencer Oliver, talk us through this performance.
Yeah, lovely start there from Frankie Wood. Al Smith, who's heading the corner there, will be very pleased with their man. Let's take a look at some of the action in that first round. You see Wood finding the range with a jab, setting up those combinations, switching the attacks to the body very well as well. And there we see the left hand through the middle. That's where he hurt Quezada. He sensed it, he pulled on the pressure, but as I said, Quezada's one of those guys that's very tough, teak tough, and he will bite down on his gum shield and come back. But that was a good opening round there from Frankie Wood. The secret really is just to stay switched on, stay focused, because like I said there, Quezada is one of those guys, if you switch off for one moment, he can wing one of those shots from around the corner, and they're dangerous and heavy-handed.
Round 2.
Great start from Wood.
Wood had 10 months out between August 2024 and July 2025. He's hungry to get back. He wants to push on for a Southern Area title this year, and he's come out absolutely all guns blazing in the second round.
Taking off from where he left off here, Wood, controlling the space really well, making Quezada work very hard indeed. He's found the range with that jab, and then he's letting the combinations go. Lovely left hand there as well. Thudded into the side of the head there of Quezada.
Referee just gets both fighters to step back. Frankie Wood straight back on his jab again. Something frustrating.
I think there's a problem with,
at the moment.
I think there's a problem with his eye there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was complaining about a thumb in the eye or something, definitely, but he seems to have regrouped, got himself together.
Is down. Referee calls no knockdown. I did think he landed a shot though, Wood. There.
I tell you what, he looks a little disorientated at the moment, Quezada, that's for sure. He's not happy in there, and Wood is building it nicely, showing good composure as he stalks forward, hands held high. He's trying to be creative here as well. He's looking for the moment. He's forcing Quezada from corner to corner at the moment. Lovely shots again on the inside. The short work is really good. Quezada is leaving himself open on the ropes, and I tell you what, this is a beat down at the moment here.
Frankie Wood just turned the pressure up there on Quezada. Nice jab to the chin. But he's piling on the pressure here. I think he sensed that he's frustrated Quezada. Quezada's head's not in the game right now, and Frankie Wood's taken full advantage of that. He's got him in the corner. Nice, clean left hand over the top. Nice one to the body.
Yep, just doing the right thing here. Wood just not trying to wrestle his man off, conserving the energy, letting the referee do her job. And back in control again here, Wood. Look at the way he's controlling the ring here. Quesada being forced from one corner to the other. He's big
nice,
left hand as well.
Left hand over the top, double left hand over the top as Frankie Wood starts to turn the pressure up again on Quesada as he's got him on the ropes in the final minute of the second round of this 6-round contest. Quesada comes back with a few shots of his own but doesn't quite make an impact on Wood. And Wood again lands a clean left hand to the body there. He's hurt Quesada with that one, Spencer.
Yeah, Quesada not happy in there at the moment. He's looking at the referee for any given chance, trying to complain. You know when a fighter's complaining, he's not happy, he's not comfortable, and Wood is in complete cruise control in there at the moment. Lovely there, the way he controlled the space of his feet. Come back into range. 15 seconds to go here in the second round, and it's been another solid round from Frankie Wood. He's built on these first 2 rounds, been very, very impressive indeed.
Quesada's just got a swelling under the left eye, looks frustrated. Be interesting to see what that was all about, but a fantastic round again from the young professional, just 22 years of age, Frankie Wood. Spencer, talk us through it.
Yeah, very impressive stuff there from Frankie Wood. As I say, let's take a look at some of the action in the second round, and here we see Wood there again with the left hand slamming in the side of the head there of Quesada. But he's really finding the range here, Wood, with the jab. He's showing a good patience, good maturity for a kid that's only had 3 contests, 22 years of age. Slowly, systematically chipping away and beating Quesada down. And Quesada is slowly losing soul here. He's going to have to use all of his experience to hang in there, because for me, Frankie Wood has built on that first round. He picked it up in the second. And I know Al Smith will be very pleased with his work here. He said, Jim, come on, son, keep turning the screw. Let's crack the nut here.
Well, round 3 of this 6-round contest in the lightweight division between Frankie Wood and Elisa Quesada of Spain. Frankie Wood has dominated this fight so far in the first 2 rounds. He's cut the ring off well. Quesada's found it hard to stay away from the pressure of Frankie Wood as he just comes forward again with a nice combination of punches from the southpaw stance. Nice left hand over the top onto the chin of Quesada. Just goes to the body and Quesada is down.
Yeah, he's complaining.
Issuing a mandatory 8 count. Quesada complaining about something.
He's complaining about his eye there. He's complaining, but he was complaining about that before.
And referee stops the contest within the first minute of the 3rd round of this 6-round contest. Frankie Wood goes 4-0 with his first stoppage on his professional fight card. What a performance. Some frustrations there from Quesada, but Frankie Wood, just as a young sporting man that he is, just shook hands with him and goes back to his corner, the victorious man tonight.
Yeah, gets his first stoppage on his professional record, and a good one to have there, because Quesada is a tough guy that does not get stopped much, I tell you that. He was complaining, but he was slowly getting broken down there. You can see it, Frankie Wood slowly stealing his soul as the rounds were going on. The combinations, he was just too quick, too sharp, timing was on point, shot selection on point, and broke Quesada down. Quesada went down on the knee. He was complaining about an eye, a thumb in the eye. The gloves are attached, so there was no thumb in the eye there. I think it was just a little bit of a beat down, and Quesada looking for any sort of excuse there. I know he was bitterly disappointed the fight was stopped. That's because he'll get a 28-day out, so he won't be able to fight again next week like he normally does, on the road, travelling, losing more often than not, but picking up the paychecks. Now he can't pick up those paychecks, but take nothing away from Frankie Wood. What a performance. Keep your eye out for this kid. 4-0 lightweight.
Ladies
could be a prospect for the future.
Time 43 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO, still undefeated, Frankie Wood.
Well, Adam Smith and Eddie Lamb will be absolutely delighted with their young fighters' performance this evening. Frankie Wood goes 4-0 with his first TKO on his professional record, much to the frustrations of Eliza Quezada. As Spencer Oliver just said, he will now be unable to fight for 28 days. But Frankie Wood operated like a seasoned professional this evening in his 4th professional contest. His team look absolutely delighted with him. I think he's destined for good things.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a bow, Frankie Wood. You're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of this kid. He's come with a lot of support there, all travelled from West Ham. He was a great amateur, and I think he's going to be a great pro as well. Well done, Frankie Wood, and we look forward to seeing him again.
Frankie Wood just exits the ring. We'll see him at ringside for the post-fight interview, and no doubt he'll be absolutely delighted with that performance.
Frankie, how are you feeling after that emphatic win?
I feel unbelievable, to be honest. Firstly, I just want to thank everyone who showed out tonight. I appreciate every single person that come tonight, and obviously my team for putting in all the work, and obviously ended up getting a TKO tonight.
This was your 4th professional fight, and you actually debuted at the York Hall. You've now returned for your 4th professional fight. Tell me about some of the differences between that very first time you made that ring walk to tonight.
I think it's all maturity, to be honest. Obviously, I've had the 4 fights, I had time out the ring due to medical problems, so I've just matured physically and mentally. Obviously, I've got a great strength conditioning team now, part of the team in Power. So obviously, thanks to Ricky and Adam for that. And I just think I'm just a completely different fighter now. And I think once I get in there with boys who are prospects and stuff like that, I think I'll do the exact same to them on a night like this.
You know what? You've achieved so much in such a short time in your career. You're very young. You're experienced amateur, signed to Queensbury. How much does knowing you have that level of support and experience play a part in who you are today as a pro?
Well, without them, then I may have no noise tonight, do you know what I'm saying? So it's all praise to them, really. They come to every single fight when I was in Bournemouth, when I was in York, and they was even there for me when I had the medical problems throughout all the amateurs, so I appreciate them all.
And obviously your opponent tonight, you got that stoppage. What did you make of him throughout those rounds, and what was some of the advice that was being given to you from the corner?
If I'm being honest, I expected to do that tonight. These guys who they put in there with me, I need to be shining, but I'm a level above them. If I want to get to the level I think I'm going to get to, my team think I'm going to get to, guys like that should be doing that to them. Not everyone does that to him, do you know what I'm saying? So, them other fighters that haven't been doing that to them, you should watch, because you need to be doing that.
I love that level of confidence. That's really going to put you in good stead for your future fights.
Yeah, you mentioned maturity. I was going to say that. You know, I've seen you from before you turned pro. The maturity in your style and in your body and everything going in that ring tonight. I feel like you're a different fighter, like you've grown as a fighter. So I haven't really got a question for you. I just want to congratulate you on the performance and then your growth in the sport.
I appreciate it, bro. And that's the same day you got to do your thing on the undercard of, don't you?
That's it, man, 100%.
What can we expect to see from you next?
Pardon?
What can we expect to see from you next?
Well, I just want to be out as soon as possible. I want to step up in an opponent. I don't want to, really and truly, I don't want to be fighting these guys too much. I think I'm a levels above them, and when I get in there with someone who they think's on my level, I'm going to show them that they're not.
Listen, congratulations on your win. It was such an impressive performance. We can't wait to see what you do in your career.
Thank you very much. And also, I'd just like to thank to Neilson Boxing and TM14 for giving me the opportunity tonight. And obviously, thanks to them.
Thank you.
That's right.
What an impressive win that was. What an impressive win from Frankie Wood. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I thought it was a good win. I thought it was a quality performance. Like he was saying, the maturity in the style, I was literally going to say that to him. Like, I remember seeing him spar before he turned pro, and now seeing the type of caliber of fighter he is, what he's grown to be, and you know how he handled that opponent there. I mean, I can only commend it. So yeah,
absolutely. We're just joined ringside by Mark Neilson and a new signing, a really exciting signing. Mark, talk us through it.
Well, listen, this guy we know we worked for him for a couple of fights earlier on in his career. He's an experienced guy now, and we've had the opportunity to sign him. We think he can go on to bigger things. I mean, Karim, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I've had 5 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws. I had a couple of bumps early in my career, late notice fights, this and that. But yeah, listen, I've got a new chapter in my life with Mark, and listen, we're on bigger and better things. This year I want titles. I've done well as an amateur. There's no point me doing 4 rounds, 6 rounds. I'm a 10-round fighter now, 10, 12 rounds, and yeah, I can't wait. So listen, Mark's got a lot in the line for me, and yeah, he's going to do his part and I'm going to do my part, and that's smashing people up.
Yeah, listen, so he's been around a little while, you know, he's not a novice. You're now ready at that stage to step up for these big titles. You know, new signing for us. This year he said he wants to get straight into it, which is what we're going to do. We're going to deliver for you. And he just wants to get straight back out. What, you know, I'm doing your job for you, Melissa, aren't I? And I do, so, you know, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong job. What are we saying? What's the plan for you getting you out next?
So April we get out 6 rounds and then straight in the title mix. Listen, I'm not in this to do 4 rounders. I think I want the hardest fights. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said to you yesterday, when I'll fight anyone. If you're at the pub, I'm in East London. If you're at the pub and someone goes, let's have it, I'm not going to stop and ask you your weight. You're going to have it. So listen, as long as you've got 2 arms, 2 legs, put them in front of me.
I love it. I love that level of confidence. I think it's so important as well, at this stage in your career, to carry that level of confidence and not be scared of having that and bringing that energy forward. Obviously, you mentioned that this is a new chapter, signing with Mark. Mark's obviously a stand-up guy. We're very fond of you, Mark. But obviously, you're here tonight on a big show like this. What do you make of it?
Listen, it's brilliant. I've come in and this is only the start of it. It's packed. It's absolutely packed. So I'm lucky I've got my seat, because I tell you what, I won't have it later on. So yeah, no, it's good talent on, and yeah, like, if this is only the start of it, later on it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait to be on these shows, and I can't wait to be stopping people, putting on shows for everyone. You know, and since I boxed on a Queensbury show last year, very hard fight, and it changed my mindset in what I'm going to be doing. So everyone's going to see Karim Aegis 2.0, Kid Dynamite.
Well, guys, listen, you want to get behind this guy, because it sounds like you're going to bring a whole new level of excitement, which we are absolutely here for. Mark, how important is it for you to have fighters with that type of enthusiasm coming through, obviously, your stable?
Well, I was saying to Karim yesterday, you know, in our stable, we got nearly 40 boxers. I think only 2 of them got losing records, and they were prospects earlier on in their career who struggled to sell a ticket and just found it easy to go on the road. So our stable is full of winners. We want to win. Our boxers, you know, we back winners. Karim's coming on to us. He's liking what we're talking about. He wants to go into titles. He wants to win things. You know, it's a perfect harmony, I think. So, you know, it's a good addition to our stable. So great for us. And with big shows like this, big production like this, big platform. So, exciting year for him ahead.
Listen, best of luck with what's next in this year. I can't wait to see you in action. We're going to actually welcome another one of your new signings on board now, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Karim.
Hello. Welcome.
Coming in, Lucas. Right, so another signing for us.
Yeah, this is amazing. It's lovely to be able to introduce everyone to the audience at home. Lucas, I've just heard that you signed with Mark recently. If I'm not mistaken, you've had 1 professional fight so far, and you're going to be having your second one coming soon?
Yeah.
April 25th, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. He's trained by Derek Williams, you know, former British European, you know, really credible heavyweight champion. Everyone knows Sweet D Williams. You know, I think James
Cook. My coach was James Cook.
Yeah,
so,
rest in peace.
Yeah, top guy. Everyone knows James, you know. Yeah, he's a top guy. Yeah. So, you know, great addition for it.
Yeah, obviously April is just around the corner now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling in that run-up to that fight?
I'm feeling ready, man. You know, the work's been put in, and it's just time to really and truly let that show, you know, on the main stage again.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, you're so early on in your career. We've only ever seen you out once, right? So for the fans at home who might not have seen that performance, and for me as well, what can we expect to see in your second professional fight? What's your style? What are some of the things you do super well?
Just prefer to be entertained, you know. I've got entertaining style, and, you know, just simple that. Just look for something special.
Look for something special. I love it.
He's been very humble. You know, Derek come to us and said, I've got this guy. He can go all the way. He's a good amateur, you know, and he's going to be suited for the program. And I think he's got something, you know. So we've seen him. He's been out already. He's undefeated. You know, it's early stages in his career. But, you know, working with us and Derek, we can, sort of bring him on quite nicely. You know, the next 2 fights are going to be important for him, of course. But first out in April, see what we've got, get him on our shows, and we'll go from there.
Honestly, Mark, I was going to ask you actually, you know, when you're signing these young, hungry prospects, what are some of the key things that you look for in terms of their attributes in order to be able to say, yeah, I want that kid on my stable?
Yeah, look, attitude, first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know, there's loads of boxers out there, some of them with a 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, they all say they're going to be the next big thing, but they're late for their sessions, they miss it, you know, they don't turn up, they haven't got, you know, you've got to have the ability, yeah, but you've got to have the right attitude. What is it they say that...
hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
That is so true in boxing, isn't it? Denzel, you would have seen it. You'd have seen some talent come through the gym and they get wasted. When I was an amateur, you know, I fought against these couple of these. I used to, you know, I only got to the quarters of the nationals, but I was sparring with these kids who were national champions. Brilliant. I couldn't touch them in sparring. Yet we'd be on the way running to training sessions and they stopped for a cigarette on the way, and you know, I wish I had their talent. But they didn't have the attitude, they didn't have the commitment. So to ask what we, you know, attitude first and foremost, we've got to be able to work with them. We all want to win, you know, we win together, we lose together, but attitude first and foremost.
Absolutely, Denz, I mean, you can speak to that as well. You're someone who's always in the gym, always working hard. How important is that work ethic?
I think it's really important. I think, you know, having work ethic is majority of the battle. You have that talent, that's just, you're blessed with that. Now you got to work on that and, you know, bring it to fruition. I mean, you're in the ring, if you get to that championship level, you're fighting 10 or 12 rounds. That talent alone ain't going to just guide you through that 10 or 12 rounds. You need a bit of hard work, a bit of graft, a bit of, you know, a bit of dog in you. And that comes with being in the gym every day, going through these sessions. When it's hard, when you wake up in the morning, you don't really want to hit the gym, you have to hit the gym. It all counts, it all adds up. I've seen the most talented fighters lose or not be what they're meant to be just because of their work ethic. And I've seen guys that have worked so hard, overachieve in the sport with minimal talent, and I'm like, that's crazy, like you've overachieved, and I didn't think you were going to get anywhere in the sport. So that in itself, you know, it just shows itself.
And you're blessed to have both talent and hard work. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, 50-50, I've got half and half, so we're still working on it.
You're good, my friend. How, you know, when you listen to experienced people like Denz giving that type of advice, you know, how much do you appreciate that level of wisdom coming from someone like Denzel?
You know, I do, because obviously he's exactly where I want to be, you know, and, you know, hearing that, you know, and it's true, you know, it's fact, it's hard work, nothing worth having comes easy, you know, and it's the same in the sport, you know, you got to put the work in and it will show in due time, you know.
Yeah, and what do you make of the fights tonight?
Yeah, you know what, the last fight was one of my close boys, Frank, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we trained, so that, yeah, he put a good performance. It's good to see him shining, doing his thing out there. And yeah, it's been a good night so far, good fights.
Yeah, it's been such an amazing night. Listen, we're so excited to see what you do next in your career. April, everyone watch out, there's the next special kid on the block. We look forward to seeing it, and congratulations on your signing as well. No worries. Denz, obviously, you know, when we're talking to these young, hungry prospects, you know, the 1-0s, the 2-0s, how important is it for them to be signed by the likes of, you know, the Neilsons, the TM14s, etc.?
I feel like you need backing in the sport, because without backing in the sport, you don't really have a journey. You don't have no kind of path to go. So with the backing of someone like Mark Neilson that's been in this game for a while, like he said, they've got 40 fighters and they have a winning attitude, a winning mentality. He's going to point this young athlete in the right directions to be the sort of athlete he wants to be. He's just got to make sure he's ready for them opportunities when they come. So, I mean, I think it's very important early in your career. I mean, listen, take every advantage of it you got. So, yeah.
It's really exciting. Mark, have you enjoyed the show tonight? And what are you looking for? Who are you looking forward to seeing next, not including the British title fight?
Well, how can I not look forward to it? It's our first British title. But, you know, Christian Fett is a cracking fighter. I think he's sold after venue out himself tonight. Some cracking fighters left on the card. You know, with our name on top of the poster, you know you're going to get a good night of boxing. It's been cracking so far. Even, you know, some of the home fighters against some of the journeymen who are early in their career, we've seen good fights, good technical fights. We've seen some real talent. You know, and it's what's set in 2026 out for the year ahead. But, you know, a couple of cracking fights coming ahead. You know, obviously Sonny Hardy next. Last minute change of opponent for him, unfortunately. He was looking to step it up, but he's got some big fights ahead for him. So, you know, some big fights on the card tonight.
100%. I think 2026 is going to be a big year for Sonny Hardy. Yeah, it's unfortunate about the last minute change of opponent. But, you know, next up we actually have Naraldo Yamiri. I always mispronounce his name a little bit. But he is an incredible boxer. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
an amazing record where it's majority knockouts.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you expecting to see a knockout from Geraldo
Well,
tonight?
I mean, what is he, 15-0 with
15,
13
13
knockouts?
yeah.
You know, and some of these guys he's knocked out pretty decent as well. So I'm looking forward to it. There should be a knockout. Look at that, you know. But, you know, sometimes they can turn up and not have a great fight. But he's on paper, he's explosive, he's brilliant. It's his first time on our card. And we look to have him out a few more times this year. But, you know, he's like vicious. When you talk to him, you can sort of see the menace in his eyes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting.
Have you heard of Geraldo Yumiri?
Yeah, I mean, we train at the same strength and conditioning gym, so I know Geraldo well. He's been waiting for his opportunity to fight for ages, so I'm happy to see him out today. Like you said, big puncher, strong boy as well. Strong boy, I mean. I shake his hand and he's got a tight grip. I'm like, yo, easy, bro. But I'm excited to see him fight today, man. Yeah, I'm happy for him. Yeah, it should be good.
Guys, listen, don't go anywhere. We've got a knockout artist coming next in Geraldo. Over to you, Huss.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. And now please welcome to the ring, Nathan Darby.
Well, Nathan Darby makes his way to the ring for this contest in the super welterweight division. He looks focused, he looks calm. The invisible man from Yorkshire, I'm sure, will prove to be a reliable yardstick for the Albanian fighter that he's up against this evening in Geraldo Yumiri.
Yep, good, solid journeyman, Nathan Darby. Doesn't win very often, in fact only won 2. Lost 36, but he's always value for money.
His opponents to the ring, Spirit on Yumiri.
On Geraldo Yumiri, the man with big dreams of becoming the first Albanian world champion with an astonishing 80% knockout rate in his unbeaten perfect record of 15 fights and 15 wins. He comes out to a roar from his fans who absolutely love him. York Hall is on their feet tonight for this one. And the atmosphere is electric as Yumiri enters the ring.
Yep, pulled down a fantastic legion of fans here at the York Hall Bethnal Green. Is now pretty packed out, and a lot of them are turned out to see Geraldo Yumiri. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing in association with John Trethui of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, your timekeeper at the bell, Anne-Marie Randall is your third man in charge of the action in the ring, referee Sean McAvoy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black trunks. His official weight of 10 stones, 13 pounds and 6 ounces. He is a veteran of 41 fights. Hailing from Rotherham, England's United Kingdom, introducing Nathan Darby. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing a red with black trim. His official weight of 10 stones, 9 pounds and 9 ounces. He's currently undefeated with 15 wins, and 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Tirana, Albania, introducing Spirit on Geraldo.
Okay, last 6 round contest. Keep it clear all time. Keep yourself protected all time. Touch gloves. Here we go. Big one.
Seconds out, round 1.
Well, this is a 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Niraldo Yamiri and Nathan Darby. Yamiri has the ultimate goal of becoming the first Albanian world champion. He started boxing at the age of 13.
Well, Nathan Darby, as I said, doesn't often win. Only 2 of these fights have come by the way of victory. Lost 36 and drawn 3, but only ever been stopped once. This kid knows how to survive. He knows how to mess his opponents around, and he does his job, which is to give these guys that are coming through the ranks the experience. And that's what you're going to see here from Darby, who will be looking to survive early on, as you can see, using the perimeter of the ring, staying out of trouble. And for Yamiri, he's a guy with very heavy hands, 12 of his 15 inside the distance, and he'll be looking to get in range and let those bombs go. But Darby's not going to make it easy for him.
Well, Darby's boxed 184 rounds over 40 contests. He's a reliable opponent for Yamiri, and no doubt, you know, he's not looking to make it easy for him, like you said, Spencer, and he knows how to survive, but Yamiri's just trying to cut the ring down, looping a few punches there and missing. I think he needs to be a bit careful of that.
Well, that's what it is. Yamiri is looking to land that single shot. He's clearly got power in either hand, but he's going to have to really work to pin Nathan Darby down, as I say, because Darby knows his way around that ring. He's very cute, switches angles all the time, moving from left to right. Did you see him there? Cheeky little shot with the right hand as well there from Darby.
He's skilled on his feet, is Darby. He's quite an elusive fighter, actually. He's not letting Yamiri pin him down as such.
He's very difficult to pin down, as I say. He's got great footwork, knows how to move around the ring. Boxes out the southpaw stance, orthodox stance. He's very, very tricky. He's a nightmare to fight. If you're a prospect, this is a good yardstick to see where you're at, because you've got to close the gap. You've got to let your hands go when you're in range. Single shots maybe not working against someone like this, as you can see. Again, Darby doing a great job of avoiding those big shots.
Don't get frustrated.
Well, there's a reason why his alias is the Invisible Man, because Darby throws a punch and Yamiri throws a punch and Darby seems to not be there in front of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hence why he's only been stopped out of 36 losses that he's had.
And we're already down to the final 10 seconds of the round. Well, that's the end of the first of 6 rounds in this super welterweight contest between Niraldo Yamiri and Nathan Darby. I think Yamiri made a decent start, but actually Darby managed to avoid most of what could have done any damage. Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yamiri was pushing forward. He was looking to land those big shots, cutting the ring off, but Nathan Darby, as always, being very, very elusive, very tricky, not putting a lot of weight into his shots, but making life very difficult for Yamiri, who probably won the round. But, you know, it was very, very frustrating for him. And that's what Yamiri's got to do here. He's got to not get frustrated, stick to the game plan, cut off the ring, and try and pin Darby down. But that's easier said than done.
Seconds out, round 2.
So we're in round 2 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Niraldo Yamiri and Nathan Darby of Rotherham, Yorkshire. Darby proved to be elusive in the first round, didn't quite let Yamiri land with any kind of conviction behind his shots, but Yamiri's just got to start cutting the ring down and trying to pin him down.
Yeah, it could be a long night for Yamiri as he's hitting thin air again there. You see him swinging wildly. He could start to get frustrated here. He needs to move his feet into range, Yamiri, if he's going to have any chance of nailing Nathan Darby with any sort of shot. He can't throw them too far out of range because Darby, as you said earlier, Prayer, is very, very elusive, very, very good at using the space of the ring.
Clipping little left hook there, just on the side of the chin of Darby, out of the sight of the referee as referee pulls them apart. But the Athens-born Yamiri wants to show the UK how good he is.
Yamiri again. Oh, there he goes. Big shot lands on the back of the head there. Not quite clean, but Darby took the shot well. Didn't seem to faze him at all. Sticking to the game plan. Quite comfortable, controlling the space the way he likes to. And Yamiri looking to get in, just throwing single shots. We need to see more than that.
He's targeting the body now, Yamiri. I think maybe just trying to slow Darby down. He's going to have to slow him down if he's going to have to if he wants to pin him down, Spencer.
Absolutely. He's going to have to be a little bit more creative. At the moment, Yamiri is looking for that showreel knockout. And when you look for it, sometimes it just does not come. And like I say, Darby's been in with a lot of talent and he's messed them around, knows how to survive. I actually had a chat with Nathan Darby out in the hallway as he was coming in. And he was saying to me, listen, mate, you're always really complimentary on me. And I said, I'm only complimentary, mate, because you do a good job in there. You know, you don't come to win, you come and survive, but you also make it very tricky for the opponents. So really, this is a win so far for Nathan Darby.
And that's exactly what these prospects need. They need somebody who's going to test them early on in their career to build them up for the bigger fights. And this is exactly what Yamiri wants. He wants those big fights. He wants to impress the UK. And he's told me he's coming for our UK fighters in the last 10 seconds of this second round of this fight. Maybe started to find his range a little bit there, but I think the tactics were good in terms of Yamiri going to the body of Nathan Darby to try and slow him down.
Yep, I think we can see the pattern of this contest, the game plan, and I think this could be a frustrating few rounds here for Yamiri. As we see again in this second round, Yamiri showing a bit of frustration there as the referee calls break. He throws a shot anyway, but he just can't find that range at the moment. I'd just like to see him now, Yamiri, working behind the jab, shuffling his feet into range, taking the power out of the punches and putting the combinations together. That might work for him, but he's got to show some sort of variety, because if he sticks to doing what he's doing, Nathan Darby will have his number and just stay out of trouble.
Seconds out, round 3.
Round 3 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division. Geraldo Yamiri versus Nathan Darby. Yamiri might well have just nicked the round so far, but pinning Nathan Darby down has proved a challenge to him.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I think it will do over the next 4 rounds, Prayer, because like I say, Darby knows how to survive there. You see him get pinned in the corner. Great work from Darby. Turns his opponent, ties him up, gets himself out of trouble. Yamiri is clearly heavy-handed. It's to say 12 of those 15 have come by the way of KO. He's looking to make it number 13.
But like you said, Spencer, when you look for it, sometimes it's just not going to come, and that's when you have to stick to your boxing skills. You've got to get your feet in and you've got to break the man down.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what it is. It's about chipping away. You know, you're going to come up against opponents like this along the way. Yamiri's clearly a prospect in Albania, looking for a world champion. Jürgen, actually, the Albanian boxer Jürgen, won the IBO Cruiserweight world title. So there has been one, and he will be looking to become number 2. And the only reason I know that is because he's trained Jurgen by Don Charles, and it's the gym that I'm in, and Jurgen's a great young fighter who boxed on a Queensbury show and picked up the IBO Cruiserweight World title. First Albanians ever had, and he got the homecoming was absolutely insane. As you can see here, Prayer, the amount of Albanians that have turned out, they love their boxing, they love their champions. This kid has the ability to go on and become a champion in his own right, but he has to deal with opponents like this.
He's just starting to find his range a little bit with his jab. He just walked into actually a backhand there from Nathan Darby, but you know, like you said, he's got to close the range, he's got to find his feet in. The crowd absolutely love him. He's got a lot of support in your call this evening. And I think it's important for fighters in the stage of career that Yamiri's at to really make a statement and show what they can do.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the perfect opponent to do that against, because Nathan Darby knows his way around the ring. He doesn't get stopped. So this is the perfect guy to go, right, let me make a statement. But you can't get frustrated. He's loading up with his shots a little bit there, Yamiri. And you can see that. And, oh, just got through there. Missed with a wild left hook there.
He certainly wants another knockout, but actually you can get careless and off balance when you're trying to swing that hard against somebody like Nathan Darby.
Well, he's just clever at moving around the ring, Darby. The way that he just shuffles in and out, rolls the shoulder just a little bit, misses the shot by literally inches. It's very clever stuff.
We're in the final few seconds of this round as Yamiri versus Nathan Darby. Yamiri just retreats back to his corner. Spencer, what would you be saying to Yamiri in his corner if you were there right now?
Just need to relax, son, get yourself in range and let those shots go, punches in bunches, because you won't hit him with one shot, but you might hit him with 1 out of 4 or 5 or 6, and that's basically where it is. The head moves so much, punch to the chest, concentrate the attacks to the body, because the head's moving so much. The feet are good, but when the head moves, the body doesn't. Shoot those shots, try and slow him down before letting the shots go up the top as well. And that's pretty much the advice I'd be giving to him. Punch the chest, punch the body. Don't go for the head, because the head's never there.
Well, that's great advice, Spencer. Let's see what he can produce in this next round.
Seconds out, round 4.
Well, we're in round 4 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Noreldo Yamiri of Albania and Nathan Darby of Yorkshire. The Yorkshireman's proved to be an elusive opponent for Yamiri, but just gets caught by 2 heavy shots there in the corner, and that's the kind of power he needs to find his next knockout.
And that's exactly where he needed to punch. He punched the straight right hand to the chest and the left hook to the body. That's where he needs to target to slow Darby down. There you go, switch the attacks downstairs, and that's where you'll get success. You bring the arms down and the head's there to be hit.
And it's working like an absolute dream right now. Yamiri's just enjoying himself in there now that he's found his range, he's found the tactics, and this is exactly what we're going to need to see from him for the rest of the fight, if it even goes that far.
Well, listen, Darby will have other ideas about that, because we know this kid knows how to survive, that's for sure. But Yamiri is definitely closing the gap here. He's having the best round of the contest so far, and that's mainly because he's focused those attacks to the body.
You can certainly see the feet of Nathan Darby slowing down. He's certainly not as fluid as what he has been in the previous 3 rounds, Spencer.
No, he isn't. He's starting to slow, but he's covered a lot of ground in there, Darby, to be fair. Oh, good shots there again from Yamiri. Really fudding those in.
Beautiful uppercut through the middle there from Yamiri onto the chin of Nathan Darby.
Yeah, slowing him down now with those body shots, those bodies onslaughts are really taking their toll there from Darby, whose arms are just looking a little reddened from those.
Nice clean little jab there with a backhand over the top of the guard of Nathan Darby from Yamiri.
And again, oh, big left hook there. Darby took that shot well, to be fair. Didn't sit in the pocket too long, and he's moving, but Yamiri then going through the gears.
Yamiri just walked into a clean left hand there from Nathan Darby, though.
Well, the referee is giving him a little bit of a breather there, telling Yamiri to keep his head up. But Darby was under a lot of pressure there, and that break couldn't have come soon enough.
Just coming down to the last 30-odd seconds of round 4 of 6, and Yamiri's really turned the pressure up in this round. You can see what he's looking for right now. Nice jab there, lands there from Yamiri onto the chin of Nathan Darby, followed up by 3 or 4 nice clean hard body shots, and the crowd are absolutely loving this from Neraldo Yamiri.
Yeah, brilliant body shots, really whipping those shots in and slowing Darby down. Darby doing a great job of surviving again, but it is starting to get very, very tough for Nathan Darby in there at the moment.
Final 10 seconds of round 4 of 6 in this super welterweight contest, and Neraldo Yamiri has had some great moments of success in this round as he's turned the pressure up and he's turned the tide on this fight, I think. Spencer, talk us through it.
Yeah, he certainly has. Take a look at the action here in that 4th round, and you see Yamiri for the first time switching the attacks to the body. It's exactly what I said that he needed to do to slow Darby down. And look, he's punching the body, the arms are coming down, and then the head's there to be hit. The short uppercuts through the middle were very effective as well, and Darby was having to use all his experience, showing a lot of character just to hang in there. There was the big left hook. You see the knees dip there of Nathan Darby, but to his credit, pulled himself back together, back on his bike, stayed out of trouble. Big round there for Yamiri, and Nathan Darby is going to have to use all his experience here, because expect the onslaught from Yamiri.
Seconds out, round 5.
Number of Albanian flags being waved around the York Hall this evening as Yamiri goes into the 5th round of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division against the tough, durable Nathan Darby. The crowd are absolutely loving the action now as Neraldo Yamiri turned the pressure up on Nathan Darby with his tactics beginning to start working in the last round.
Yep. Yamiri really loading up with those shots now. He's looking to get that show reel finish. He's looking for the stoppage, and I tell you what, if he can get Darby out there inside 6 rounds, it's going to be very, very impressive. That will be making a statement.
Darby's feet have come to life a little bit in this round. I think he knows he needs to get on his bike. He cannot afford to take those bombs from Neraldo Yamiri. He's just landed a couple of body shots there.
That's good from Darby, moving left to right all the time. There you go, he's back on his bike, he's back into a rhythm, and that's what he needs to do to stay out the way of this tough Albanian who's brought a legion of fans, an army of fans here in the York Hall Bethnal Green. And when this place is packed like it is right now, it really is magical. There's a couple of cracking fights we've got left in store still here on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, but we've got a brilliant fight here as well. Yamiri looking to continue that knockout success and try and get this job done inside the distance against Nathan Darby. It's been all Yamiri, but Darby is doing a great job of surviving here, and he'll be looking to try and see that final belt play out.
Well, credit to Darby. I mean, you know, he looked like he was slowing down in the last round, but from somewhere out of nowhere, he's got a bit of a spring in his step in this one, Spencer, despite all of those body shots that Yamiri sunk into him.
Yep.
Coming down to the final minute of round 5 of 6. Yamiri's not running out of time if he wants to get that knockout, but lands a clean uppercut through the middle onto the chin of Nathan Darby. Darby takes it well, though.
Yeah, Yamiri, the problem is he's lost that intensity in his attacks, and that's not a good thing. With someone like Darby, you've got to stay on his chest. You just got to make him work the whole time, cut the ring off, work the body. Oh, big right hand there, went in. Darby took that shot well as well. I tell you what, you can't say that Darby can't take a shot, that's for sure, because he took some heavy ones in there.
Coming down into the final 15 seconds or so of round 5, or 10 seconds actually, of round 5 of 6. Yumiri kind of lost his way a little bit in that round. He's going to have to bring it back convincingly in round 6, I think.
Yeah, done enough to win the round, that's for sure, Yumiri, but maybe the intensity took his foot off the gas just a little bit in that round, but expect a big round here, Freya. Some of the work in that 5th round, there we saw Yumiri just giving a little bit too much space up, and that was a big problem for him because he was falling just short. You can't afford to do that with someone like Nathan Darby. You have to sit on his chest the whole time. It's hard work, you got to cut him down, but you got to put the punches together in bunches.
But again, it's like we were saying, Spencer, it's these fights that really platform the skills of, you know, the prospects looking to make big statements and win titles. And if he wants to be the next, well, the second, as you say, well, Albanian world champion, I think he's going to have to really turn it up in this final round. Can he do it?
Absolutely. Listen, never say never, that is for sure. But Nathan Darby has never looked like he's been in trouble at all. As I say, he's a very good guy at what he does, Darby. You've got to respect it because he's better than what his record would suggest. Difficult guy to pin down, but for Yumiri, this is about the apprenticeship. You know, this is the building blocks, the development stage, and you need opponents like this so you can get rid of that frustration, know how to stay calm as the rounds kick on, and this will be a good learning curve for Yumiri.
And not just in terms of his boxing skills, but in terms of his mental state as well. Being able to stay composed, not letting the frustration get to you. That's all part of the progress and the development as well, which is so important at this stage.
Absolutely, it's called ticking the boxes, and I think that's what you're doing right now for Yumiri. You know, they've got a long-term plan for this kid. He's got a great record. And he has to get through opponents like this. Yeah, it's a little bit of frustration coming out there, if I'm totally honest, because he can't pin him down. You see fighters doing erratic sort of things like that. You go, yeah, I get it. You're getting a little frustrated, but listen, it's good for you when you get later on in your career, when you're coming up and you're boxing fighters a higher level, you know, with more on the line, of, you know, with bigger prizes to win. You go, that stands you in good stead.
Nice clipping left hook over the top of the guard of Nathan Darby there from Yumiri. Followed it up by an uppercut, but again, Darby's got such a chin on him. It's not really buckling him in the way that we thought it might, actually.
Lovely movement again there from Darby. You know, I appreciate it, I like it, I respect it. You know, he comes to do a job and he does it very, very well.
Again, just over halfway through the final round of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division. The atmosphere is absolutely wild here at York Hall. The fans are on their feet for their man, Neilson Yumiri of Albania. Lands a nice, decent uppercut through the middle, whips in a body shot. But again, Nathan Darby is not being slowed down.
I tell you what, and them shots are slamming in as well. The body shot I heard thudding in there, the shot to the head as well. They're not light shots there, but Darby, he's not just a good mover, not just a good survivor, but he can take a shot as well.
Nice clipping left hook again there on the chin of Nathan Darby from Neilson Yumiri. It landed clean, it clipped him nicely, but again, Darby will not be slowed down, he will not be denied in this one.
No, he's doing a good job, Darby, as is Yumiri. He's winning every round, and it'll be a good learning curve for him. He can build on this, go back to the drawing board, work on what maybe went wrong, showing signs of frustration, chasing for that big shot. You're not going to win them all inside the distance.
And that's the bell for the 6th and final round in the 6-round contest in the super welterweight division. It was entertaining. It perhaps didn't go the way that Yumiri might well have wanted it, didn't go the way that the crowd might have expected it. But you cannot deny the durability of a man like Nathan Darby, who's able to take a shot, he's able to move, he's elusive, he's quick, and that was a great learning fight for Neilson Yumiri. Talk us through it,
Yes,
Spencer.
it absolutely was, and the pattern was the same from the first round to the last round, the same stuff. Darby on the back foot, trying to survive. Yumiri looking for the showreel knockout that never come. But all in all, entertaining contest. The crowd here at the York Hall Bethnal Green Really appreciated it. Lots of Albanians in tonight. They love their man Yamiri. They think he's going to go on and win titles. Only time will tell. But for now, I think Nareldo Yamiri wins that fight 60-54 on my scorecard. Frustrating night for him. One he'll want to quickly forget. But moving on to bigger and better things, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee's scorecard. Referee Sean McAvoy scores the bout 60-54. And your winner, still undefeated, Spirit of Ronaldo Reinhardt Yamiri.
Well, you are unsurprisingly completely spot on with that scoring, Spencer. The crowd absolutely love him. He's just stood in front of his adoring fans right now. This has been a good night for both fighters. They've certainly earned their money tonight, Spencer.
Yep, they certainly have. Good, entertaining fight. The crowd leaves happy. They've seen their man win. And another man that did win, although he never got the decision, was Nathan Darby, because he lives to fight again next week, like he always does, week in, week out. So losing on points is a moral victory for him. Well done to both guys. And here he is, Nathan Darby.
And when you look at the knockout record of Nareldo Yamiri, 80% of his fights have been stopped by way of knockout out of 15. That's a decent percentage out of a decent number of fights. And Nathan Darby was able to avoid that.
I'm sorry you lost me there. It was Nathan Darby actually walking past me, and he just said to me, Spence, I've got to tell you a little secret. I've got a bad back. I said, well, if that's a bad back, mate, I'd hate to see it when it's better, because you look right in there to me. He said, no, trust me, I've got a bad back. I said, congratulations, mate. He said, yeah, we done what we had to do.
And he absolutely did. We'll just go to ringside now, where Melissa will be interviewing Nareldo Yamiri after his 16th fight, his 16th win.
Congratulations on your win. How are you feeling after that performance?
I'm very I'm really happy that I'm back in London. For 2 years I couldn't fought in London, and this is my comeback. Even though my partner of dancing wasn't so good because he was a runner and I wanted a different kind of dance, still, the taste of the win cannot be compared with nothing.
Those are really poetic ways of putting it, which I absolutely love. You were last out in April, out in Albania, where you got that stoppage win. Yeah. Obviously, as you said, you're happy to be back in London. Were you hoping for the stoppage tonight?
I was hoping, and I trained for a knockout, honestly. And I was focused there. That's why maybe I couldn't get the knockout. Sometimes the fighter can understand. But the partner was a survivor. He just wanted to survive and didn't give me the kind of dance I wanted, as I say. But still, I got it one time. If he decides to fight again in that style, I know I knock him out. So inside myself, I'm okay, because I know I can beat him up. I did.
What was some of the advice coming from the corner from Sam? Obviously, you've got such an experienced trainer in the corner. What were some of the things he was saying between the rounds?
He know that I'm better. I was better in speed, better on timing, but to get where I want to get, I should not get stuck with one punch. I tried a couple of times and I got him a couple of times, and Sam is the best advisor, so I followed him and I won.
Denz, obviously you're very experienced in the pro ranks. How difficult is it when you're up against a fighter who's so negative and he's kind of, very defensively minded?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, Nareldo here, he's 15 and 0, he's well experienced. He didn't prepare for someone that wants to fight back. Of course, he hasn't fought in a while, and he hasn't fought in England for a while. He's like, I've been in the gym grafting with this guy, I've seen him working and having Neilson there falling through. For him to get this fight as a keep busy fight, you're not going to be in there with anyone that's willing to trade with you or risk it. So with this opponent, I think early on he knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to run and frustrate him. You see his record, you know he's a puncher. He's thinking, don't get hit. I think in the 4th round, Nareldo started to find his range and he clipped him with a left foot, shook him, rocked him, and he just couldn't capitalise on it. And And when his opponent felt that, he got back on his back again and kept moving again. It made it really difficult and frustrating for him to get jumped in. But ultimately, you can only deal with what's in front of you. And I thought you handled that as best as you could. You got the victory. That's one box ticked. Forget about this and then work towards whatever's next. Get back to guys that are willing to risk it, title contention, and then we can see your true talent and your true power.
Thank you very much. Does it come from you? It means a lot. First, the second, I want to say that everybody who want to fight me, you are welcome. I've been chasing a couple of fights and they don't want to even fight me, so I end up fighting everyone. So, you know, I just came back with this fight, and for me, this was the most important thing ever. And I'm so grateful for my people coming here. Look, because of that, because of those people, I'm here, and I'm gonna still be here because of that. That's the only reason why I'm here.
I love his energy as well. He's always ready to fight. And, you know, you get good fights out of people that are willing to fight. You know.
Listen, that support is so important. It's so great that you're able to bring that support each time. I remember seeing you on Dean White's show a couple of years ago, and you filled the building up with your supporters. Obviously, your career's had a little bit of momentum, ups and downs. What are you hoping the rest of 2026 looks like for you?
I'm asking 3 more fights and the title in the end of this year.
We look forward to it. You're such an exciting fighter, and we can't wait to see you back in action. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
You know, these boxers never spud me after they leave. I feel like this is an ongoing thing, you know. They come, they leave, they spud you, they don't spud me. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't have some respect because you're a female. It's like, do you spud girls? I don't know. It's different. But
I hear. I'm only joking. I don't mind, really. You know, I really felt the energy that Geraldo was being quite hard on himself, you know. Obviously, Nathan Darby, is very experienced at being on his bike, and we've seen him time and time again do that kind of performance, have that same sort of style, and I felt that he was really hard on himself, actually. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100% he was hard on himself. Like I said, I think a few of the fighters tonight have been hard on themselves, but at the end of the day, you got the victory, you know what I'm saying? You move on, you got that win, the roster's off, he's been out for a long time. Last fight was what, April, you said?
Yeah.
It's almost a year. So he's got that, and he's had a lot of trouble fighting it, so that's also a lot of stress on him that he has to believe. He's just enjoy the night, move on, and then the next one, you see what's in front of you. I mean, look, he's always going to be hard on himself. He's a fighter. A lot of people have paid their hard-earned money to come and see him. He wants to entertain them, and he doesn't feel like he was able to do that in that fight just there. So, you know, he's going to be hard on himself. I don't blame him, but he can come back better always.
And also, it's quite difficult because obviously, if you're like 15 fights, 12 knockouts, your opponent's reading that record and they're going, oh, okay, cool,
100%.
This guy's a knockout artist, I better be on my bike, right? And then you're making their job so much harder, right?
At this stage in my career, I would never want to fight a journeyman again. They would make me look so bad. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just used to guys fighting back, throwing at me, coming with something and having a look at certain things. So, you know, he's past that stage of his career, which is why it's frustrating.
Yeah.
He feels that guys at this level are not on his level. He should be knocking them out. But the guy who was in there with tonight knew what he was in there with and made sure to avoid anything he could. And he done that.
And fair enough, to be honest, I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
He's got to work next week.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to introduce you to a young, hungry prospect by the name of Kieran Keane, who is joining us here at ringside tonight. Golden boy, Kieran Keane, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Good to be back in your call.
Yeah, listen, it's so great to have you here. The last time we saw you was when, remind me?
September the 27th was my last time at your calls, so it's my last time out, so a little gap between now and the next one. I'm back out again March 21st, so I'm looking forward to getting back in there now.
Well, listen, September was actually a good one for you because that's the night you got back to winning ways, and it was so exciting. You know, I personally am very invested in your career. I've seen all of your fights up until now. So talk me through how training camp's been going for your fight up in March.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last year was a great year. It was my first full year as a pro. I only had 20 fights as an amateur, so I feel like I'm still kind of learning on the job. But I took time out after September. We carried on training, carried on working on things and working hard, and I really feel like I've turned a corner this year, so I'm looking forward to getting back out this year and having a big year.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you're having your 4th professional fight in March?
5th.
5th professional fight. Okay. So, yeah, as you say, your first full year as a pro. Denz, do you remember when you had your first full year as a pro and how much you changed from the time you had your debut up until that full year happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think I had about 7 fights in my first year. So I was quite active, but you're always learning, you're always maturing, you're always understanding your body better, and the more you spar, the different experiences you get with sparring different people, it's all learning. Like, just soak it up. Like, when you're in the gym, nothing's a competition.
Definitely,
like,
yeah,
sparring-wise,
definitely.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing circuits, you want to beat, yeah, it helps you push on, but
Yeah.
sparring-wise, nothing's a competition. I remember my coach told me when I first turned pro, I went to spar in a pro gym for the first time, not when I first turned pro. He said, look, there's no medals here, there's no trophies here, and no one's earning any money. You're not going in there to fight, you're going in there to learn. And I always took something from that. I was like, okay, cool, I ain't got to prove a point. I just got to try and learn as much as I can from this person and with
improve yourself,
exactly.
yeah.
You're sparring, you have the privilege of sparring experienced guys.
Yeah.
You want to learn from them.
Yeah.
You don't want to try and do anything. So from that, I think I grew in myself, I grew in my career. And the more you go, the more you learn, the more you spot, the more you see, the more you understand, and you adapt it to yourself. And the more you mature, the more settled you become, and the better you perform and things like that. So it's like, I heard you say you took some time out in September. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're too active, you don't get time to learn things, work on things.
100%,
Because you're all preparing for what's next.
Yeah.
So taking that time out is giving you a good 4 or 5 months to
until I'm back again.
give yourself time to grow in
Yeah.
your style. So the next time I see you, I want to see them improvements.
Big improvements, definitely big improvements coming.
Well, listen, you're an amazing talent, you know, and you've proved that from your debut onwards. You know, you had that little hiccup in your third fight, but you are actually an amazing talent, and they don't call you Golden Boy for nothing. In terms of, obviously, you know, from your debut to now, you said you're worlds apart as the athlete that you are, as the boxer that you are. What are some of the things that you think, if you don't give the game plan away, but what are some of the things you think you specifically improved on?
It was going away and working on my weaknesses, little things that you watch back from your fight, from your sparring, from your training, working on different things in the gym, but also working on my strengths as well, because you can't just focus always on what you don't do so great, because you've got to focus on also what you do well in order to put it all together in the ring. So I think just working all round in the gym, sitting down, taking our time, and I'm looking forward to being back out.
In terms of, obviously, you know, the sparring that you've had, you know, is there any specific people that you've sparred that you feel like that's been an amazing learning for me and I've taken a lot from?
Definitely. So like last year, I had good rounds with Giorgio, obviously doing big things in the sport as a prospect. This year again, sparring Marley Mason, absolutely brilliant. Jermaine Delawayo, they're both doing their own thing in the sport. So it's good. Last year I had rounds with Reece Bellotti as well. Not to name drop too much, but it's just good because if you're not in there with these people, how do you expect to go to the next level, you know? So that's the challenge I see it as.
Absolutely. I mean, Denz, you can speak to how important that high-level sparring is. You know, the gym that you come from, there is high-level sparring all round, you know? Yeah. What did you take from sparring back in the first year of your pro career?
I remember going in with some solid level professionals and them having their way with me at first, and the more I sparred them, the closer I got in them spars, the more competitive the spars were, and then that's when I realised, okay, I'm learning. But then at times you just get used to a fighter. Then when you spar someone else, you got to get used to that styles again, and then the more people you spar, the more styles you're getting used to, the more styles you're getting better at handling, and then you just become your own fighter. There's things that you probably done a year ago that you don't do now, just because you've grown as a fighter, and them things probably worked back then, but it's just not a part of your arsenal now because of where you are in your career. So like all the names you named there are good fighters in their own right, and if you can pick up one thing from each of those fighters, you're improving in yourself. So just keep learning.
Do you know what? I love having Denz here because I feel like he's a bit like Yoda. like he stands here and he just drops absolute gems, you know? It's amazing advice though, isn't it?
I feel like that is a good point because obviously the more you learn from each individual fighter, when you get in there with obviously experienced journeymen that you're facing early on in your career, they're so experienced but they can do everything. So you can't necessarily always just work to a game plan because they know how to switch it at the flick of a finger, you know? So picking up different things from different people and getting experience and learning always helps in there. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, 5th pro fight happening in March. Then you've got another bunch of months ahead before the year's out. Tell me what you want to happen in 2026 for you, Kieran.
I just want to keep progressing. I'm not that sort of people that sort of person that's going to stand there and say, you know, I want this or I want that, because I'm happy for it to come when it comes. I'll keep working away in the gym, and when it's my time will come and I'll shine.
I think having that kind of sense of, you know, the timing, aligning is really, really key in professional boxing, because we all know the sport can be very up and down, you know, and you have to have that resilience in order to kind of push through those maybe testing times. You know, Jens, what can you say in terms of like being able to keep patient while you're waiting for opportunities?
You're going to have to. You ain't got a choice, I'm telling you. I've been at the ring about 14 months now waiting for an opportunity. By the time I box, it'll be 16 months, but that's just me being patient and waiting for an opportunity. But during that time, that year, I've been in the gym, I've been working, I've been training, and just like you were saying in September, you took that time off. I mean, I didn't plan to take this time off, but within that year, I haven't been getting ready or anything. I've just been working on things, trying to add things to my game, improving on things. Like, just because you're at a certain level doesn't mean you can't get better. You can always get better, you can always improve. The day you stop learning is the day you're done in the sport, if I'm being honest with you. So I've just been learning still, been getting better with myself. Guys that I used to spar that, you know, it was quite competitive with, I'm just clearing them now. And it's like, I can feel myself growing, still maturing in the sport. So I know there's still room for improvement for me. And for you so early in your career, there's so much more room for improvement. So just don't ever think you're the finished article. Don't get frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated, but try not to get frustrated, keep your head cool, and understand that there's always, it's not a straight journey. There's always bumps in the road. You've got to be patient in this game if you want to get to where you want to get to. If you're not patient, you're just going to ruin it for yourself and, you know, just mess up what God has planned for you, essentially.
You know, before you joined us, we were talking a lot about hard work and work ethic, and, you know, how important is having that hard work ethic for you?
I don't know anything other than hard work. Everything in the gym is hard work. It's always, if I'm running, it's hard work. If I'm training, it's hard work. If I'm at work, it's hard work. If I'm eating, it's hard work. It's just how I am. I want to make sure I give it 100%, 110% and leave no stone unturned every time.
I love it, Kieran. We're so excited to see you back in action. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We've got Sonny Hardy up next in his 12th professional fight, and it's one that you really don't want to miss. Over to you, Huss.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. And now please welcome to the ring, Nabil Ahmed.
Well, Nabil Ahmed, or should we say the Batley Bulldog, is coming to the ring, no doubt looking to give Sonny Hardy a tough old night tonight. I think Sonny Hardy could have his work cut out with Ahmed. He looks focused, he looks strong.
Yeah, he is strong. Only 3 victories, 49 losses and 3 draws, but trust me, this kid knows how to survive. He's got a character, that's for sure.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Sonny Hardy.
Well, Sonny, the instigator Hardy, comes to the ring to an absolute roar from the crowd. Almost 50% of his unblemished record has been won by way of knockout. This could be another showreel finish for the young man from Essex.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that
He's enjoying every minute of the build-up to this ring walk.
Yep, brought a good crowd in with me here this evening. Trainer Kevin Mitchell boxed at the highest of heights as a professional, winning British and Commonwealth titles, losing out on the world title. Many people would say, actually, one of the best British fighters never to win a world title. And he's in the corner with Sonny Hardy. Speaking to Kevin earlier on, he's got full belief this kid is going all the way. Been a sparring partner in the past with the likes of Joe Cordina, former world champion. Working along those sort of people, you're only going to learn, gain experience, at the top level, and this is all about the building blocks. This is all about the development, and this is another step on a long, long road for the unbeaten Sonny Hardy.
And here he comes, he's oozing confidence as he comes into the ring and tells the crowd to turn the volume up on those cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing in association with John Trethewey of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, your timekeeper at the bell, Nick White, and your third man in charge of the action in the ring, referee Sean McAvoy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the white with black trim. His official weight of 8 stones, 11 pounds and 8 ounces. He is a veteran of 55 fights. Hailing from Batley, New Yorkshire, England, United Kingdom. Introducing Nabil, the Batley Bulldog Ahmed. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the blue and gold. His official weight of 9 stones, 5 pounds and 5 ounces. He's currently undefeated with 10 wins, and 4 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Wickford, Essex, England, United Kingdom. Introducing Sonny, the Instigator Hardy!
Okay, last 6 round contest. Keep clean all time, keep some protect all time. Touch gloves, hit it up.
An intimidating look there by Sonny Hardy as referee issues his final instructions ahead of the first bell of this 6-round contest in the super featherweight division in his bout against Nabil Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed is one of those guys who doesn't often win, but knows how to survive and make things tricky for his opponents. So this is a good yardstick for Sonny Hardy, who, by the way, has been promised a Southern Area title shot if he comes through victorious tonight. So he's got to keep his composure, stay focused, because a win here could be getting a title shot next.
He's already made a sharp start as Sonny Hardy. Hasn't landed everything he's thrown, but you can see he's finding his range with his jab. Nice uppercut there through the middle, just slightly neutralised by the footwork of Ahmed, but Hardy backs him to the ropes. He's got a lot of fans in the venue tonight who are no doubt just absolutely loving this action that we've had so far this evening as well.
Yeah, it really has been a good night of boxing. And Hardy has started this round very, very well, staying nice and composed, taking his time. The shot selection's good. Ahmed is doing a good job of covering up, to be fair, but he's under a barrage of punches here from Sonny Hardy.
And Hardy throws absolutely everything with venomous intention, especially that right hand that he's just thrown underneath, over the top and up through the middle, all in one go.
Yeah, the uppercut was effective. It went through the guard there. Ahmed felt that for sure.
Lines it up well, nicely behind his jab, and there's no time to feel his opponent out here. Hardy's come straight onto it as we approach just over the halfway mark of the first round here at the York Hall in this super featherweight contest between Sonny Hardy and Nabil Ahmed of Yorkshire. Referee just separates the two.
Ahmed, sorry, has only ever been stopped 3 times. Sonny Hardy is going to want to be the 4th one to do that. That's making a statement before getting this Southern Area title shot. So if he wanted to get the rounds in here and get it done inside the distance.
It's a huge stepping stone fight for Sonny Hardy as we come to the final minute of the first round of 6. Just teasing Ahmed with his chin out in the air, just lays back to it nicely, comes back with a nice jab there.
Yep, just trying to draw the lead there of Ahmed. It's smart from Hardy, because what he's doing, keeping his hands down, is trying to say, come on, throw a shot, son. As soon as you throw a shot, then you give me an opening. And that's what he's doing, because Ahmed at the moment is doing a great job defensively, covering up. Yep, all right, he's not throwing anything back, but it's difficult to break through the guard of someone like Ahmed, who doesn't want to fight. It's very difficult to find an opening. So Hardy, that's why he's dropping the hands. That's why he's trying to lure him in, set the trap, create the opening. But a good round there from Sonny Hardy.
Ends the first round with 2 clean right hands to the body and the head of Nabil Ahmed. I think his tactics are actually spot on here, Spencer. What would you be telling him if you were Kevin Mitchell in the corner?
Well, listen, I know what Kevin will be telling him. Just keep chipping away, slowly, systematically break this guy down. Because we know Ahmed's one of those guys that comes to survive, and when they come to survive and not fight, they're very difficult to get rid of. So you've got to be creative. You've got to create those openings, use the imagination. That's why Hardy was dropping the hands down by the side, giving him the shot, saying, come on, throw a shot so I can take half a step back and ping you down the middle with the right hand. And that is exactly what he's trying to do. And Kevin Mitchell, who's, you know, a great student of the sport as well, understands the game inside out.
10 seconds.
We'll be telling him that. Don't get reckless, don't get careless, don't do anything stupid, just slowly chip
Seconds
away
out.
and the opening will come.
Round
You know, just
2.
keep looking for it, keep working away, don't try and force it, and you'll find it.
Well, round 2 of this 6-round contest in the super featherweight division between Sonny Hardy and Nabil Ahmed. Hardy's made a really good start to the contest, with showing a large repertoire of skills and tactics against the defensive Nabil Ahmed from Yorkshire.
Yeah, Ahmed again gone into survival mode early here in the second round, and this is going to be the pattern of the fight. This is going to be the story of the fight, and it's all about whether Sonny Hardy can find that opening, create that, set that trap, create that opening.
Nice defensive work there from Hardy in the face of a couple of shots there from Nabil Ahmed, but Hardy's just finding his way through the tight guard of Ahmed with a nice 1-2, slightly neutralised as Ahmed moves backwards, but you can tell that Hardy's getting through and the crowd are absolutely loving it. A few body shots go in there from Nabil Ahmed, but Hardy still comes forward. He's relatively unfazed by that.
There you go, that was the shot there, just creating the space, slipping on the inside of the jab, whipping the left hook in, and that's where he's going to get success, Hardy. If he keeps drilling the shots into the body, that'll bring the arms down of Ahmed, and that will create the openings for the showreel finish, and that's what he's really looking for here, Hardy. But he has to be patient, take his time, and that's it. Switch the attacks underneath again, try and bring those elbows down, don't go head hunting.
He's just taken to Nabil Ahmed to almost every corner of this ring, peppers him, lets him out, takes him to another corner, peppers him again, lets him out. But again, nice defensive work there from Hardy as he comes forward. Some nice whipping right hands over the top of the guard of Nabil Ahmed. Just walks into a jab from Ahmed, but you know, it snaps his head back with a nice clean jab. That's exactly the kind of shot that Hardy needs to time.
Yeah, good work there from Hardy, working well, everything off the jabs, controlling the space very well. Shot selection's nice, he's just got to wait for that opening now. Ahmed, little, if nothing, coming back from Ahmed here, and the referee will keep a close eye on this because Ahmed has to deliver something, but when he does that, that creates the opportunity for Sonny Hardy to get through shots of his own. So he's in a tight spot here, Nabil Ahmed, because it's going to be a difficult night.
Final 10 seconds of the second round of 6 in this super featherweight contest. Sonny Hardy has whipped some clean right hands in from behind his jab as he goes back to his corner under the wise supervision of Kevin Mitchell.
Yep, now Kevin The instructions in the corner from him right now will be going lovely. We've got these rounds in the bank now. Slowly but surely start stepping it up. Keep going. Stay focused. Stay switched on. Don't lose that focus. Be creative. Switch the shots underneath. Try and draw the arms down there of Nabil Ahmed, and you'll create that opening. Some of the good work in that second round, which was all Sonny Hardy. Landing right hands, were breaking through the guard there as well.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, we're just approaching the halfway mark of this 6-round contest in the super featherweight division between Sonny Hardy and Nabil Ahmed. Sonny Hardy so far dominated the contest between his jab and some whipping right hands that have come from absolutely every angle. He's applied intelligent pressure to a defensive Nabil Ahmed as he's just peppering him with jabs.
Yeah, this is good work again here from Hardy. The referee will be taking a look at this, because although not a lot of those shots are getting through, there is still an onslaught, and Ahmed has to come back with something of his own.
Nice head movement there from Ahmed to what could have been an absolutely whipping right hand again over the top of his guard, but Sonny Hardy finds his range again, backs him up. And he's enjoying himself in there. He's really putting his punches together well. He's cutting Ahmed off. Nice clean right hand through the middle. Arms down, nice and relaxed.
Yeah, it was nice where he threw that right hand. He took half a step back, created the opening, went over the top of the left hand there of Ahmed. It was nice though, good work.
He's started to find his left hook to the body as well as Ahmed as he whips that in. Those body shots no doubt are going to start to slow Ahmed down pretty soon.
Yep, trust me, he's starting to feel those. The legs are slowing. He's getting forced from corner to corner. Good work again there from Hardy. Just trying to create something, trying to find an opening from somewhere. But he's in complete control here. And that's what he needs to do. Spear that jab out, break through that guard, set up the openings for the right hand.
Crowd are loving it when Hardy puts pressure on Ahmed through the middle. He moves his feet out nicely. You can see the flair in Sonny Hardy when he relaxes a little bit, can't you?
Yeah, he certainly can. He's in complete control here. He's enjoying himself. He's in there. I know he'll be wanting to get this job done inside the distance, but that's easier said than done against someone like Ahmed, who's very, very tough, as I said. Don't read too much into the record, because this kid comes to survive, and when they come to survive, they're very difficult to get rid of. They're very difficult to look good against. So he's doing a pretty good job so far here, Hardy, who's just chipping away, keeping his composure.
We're almost down to the last 20 seconds of round 3 of this 6-round contest. Sonny Hardy's dominated the contest so far, turning the pressure up on Nabil Ahmed as we're coming towards the end of the round. But Ahmed's defensive work is just keeping him out of trouble.
Yeah, he's got long arms at Ahmed, and he seems to be covering the body and the head very, very well. He hasn't looked in any sort of trouble at all. But you can just sense there Sonny Hardy just trying to turn the screw, go through the gears a little bit. And that'll be the instructions in the corner by the former British and Commonwealth champion, world title contender, world title challenger Kevin Mitchell. Great fighter in his own right. Now passing on that experience to young fighters like Sonny Hardy, who he's had from the beginning. And this was some of the good work here from Hardy in that 3rd round. Dominant round again, dropping the hands, trying to draw the lead there of Nabil Ahmed. Ahmed not taking the bait though, keeping his hands nice and tight, making it very difficult for Hardy to find any sort of shot to get through. But another dominant round there from Sonny Hardy. 3 rounds gone, 3 rounds in the bank to Hardy.
Seconds out, round 4.
Well, we're in round 4 of this 6-round super featherweight contest. If you have just joined us, we are live on talkSPORT, and this contest is between Sonny Hardy of Essex and Nabil Ahmed of Yorkshire. Sonny Hardy's had a dominant fight so far. He's worked well behind his jab. He's whipped some clean right hands into the body and the head of Nabil Ahmed, but Nabil Ahmed's defensive skills have just kept him out of the reach of the knockout finish from Sonny Hardy.
Blistering combination there, though, to start the round from Hardy, who put the shots together. And as I expected, Kevin's probably told him in the corner, right, come on, let's start turning it on now. Let's look good. Well, Southern Area title shot coming up next. Let's impress here.
Nabil Ahmed's shoelace just came undone. He's just back at his corner. Kevin Mitchell taking the opportunity to just give a few more instructions to Sonny Hardy. Almost wish you could hear him.
That's certainly, absolutely. I've sort of got a good idea of what he's telling him on that. Just turn it up a little bit now, but they're taking their time with that boot, that is for sure. Clever corner work.
Couldn't blame him though. He's had a hell of a night so far, and the crowd are absolutely loving this contest. But Sonny Hardy's turned up the pressure in this round. He's looking for that knockout finish, no doubt.
Ahmed, though, is becoming very difficult for Hardy because Ahmed is just in survival mode. He's completely covered up. He's got long arms. He's defensively good on the body and the head. This is going to be difficult for Hardy to get him out of there.
Well, he's got a hell of an engine on him, and he's been moving around on his feet for the past 3.5 rounds here. It's, you know, not an easy night for Sonny Hardy, but he's piling on the pressure here as Ahmed's on the ropes. Not sure how many of those shots got through, but that level of work rate is impressive from Sonny Hardy.
Yeah, he's turned the screw here and he's starting to get through, and Ahmed's not feeling comfortable in there, that's for sure. And then the first time in the contest we've really seen Ahmed happy to tie him up. There you see him grabbing as soon as he gets the chance. Before he was moving from side to side and he looks within his comfort zone, but now he looks like he's been taken out of that comfort zone. He's on his toes a lot more here.
And we're in the final minute of round 4 of 6 in this super featherweight contest. Sonny Hardy is just cutting the ring down against Nabil Ahmed, but Ahmed, like you said, Spencer, is in survival mode. Bit of a smile on the face of Sonny Hardy there. He knows what Ahmed's up to.
Yeah, he's covering a lot of ground in there, Ahmed. That's good work again from Hardy, slamming the shots into the head and body, but good defensive work from Ahmed as well. It's one of those. It's going to be a difficult night for Hardy to get him out of there, I think, because Ahmed has come to survive and he's doing a good job yet so far. But that was a lovely right uppercut on the inside, followed by a left one on the bell, and he'll have to build on that going into the 5th round. But a good round again there from Sonny Hardy.
These rounds seem to be going quite quickly, Spencer. The time kind of caught up on me there just then, but talk us through the replay.
Yeah, some of the good work here from Sonny Hardy. That was at the beginning of the round, the blistering combination. He put 5 or 6 shots together. Ahmed done well defensively to take them, but he just kept pushing forward. More of a sense of urgency around Sonny Hardy's work there. He took the clowning around and just didn't give him the space, put the pressure on, but just tried to break his soul. He didn't do that. Nabil Ahmed done a good job of surviving. But let's see how we go here in the 5th round.
Seconds out, round 5.
Well, we enter the penultimate round of this 6-round contest in the super featherweight division against Sonny Hardy of Essex and Nabil Ahmed of Yorkshire. Sonny Hardy has dominated this fight in every single round, hasn't quite managed to land that clean shot that's going to give him the knockout finish that his record is peppered with, but he's come out all guns blazing in this 5th round.
Yeah, he wants to get this job done inside the distance, I say. 10-0 at the moment, Sonny Hardy, 4 of those inside the distance. I know he wants to get another knockout on there, but he's going to have to work hard to do that against this very stubborn opponent in Nabil Ahmed, who's covering up well again, and he hasn't looked in any trouble. The only guy I known to stop him recently was Paul Butler. That was back in 2023. Paul Butler, a former two-weight world champion, so that's the sort of guy that he goes in with that he gets stopped against. You know, that is elite level, you know, so that would be making a statement if Hardy could do something similar.
And it would certainly set him up well for if he's got a title shot after this win. It will certainly put him in good stead in terms of saleability as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's pushing it now. He's starting to work. He's grafting in there, Hardy.
Just over halfway through the 5th round of this 6-round contest. Nabil Ahmed periodically just gets on his toes and gets himself out of trouble, but then ties up Sonny Hardy as he's trying to smother his work, but Hardy gets back on his jab and finds his range again. Nice body shot sinking in there.
Yeah, solid body shot landed there, and Nabil Ahmed tried to come back with a shot of his own, and I think that he's got no choice but to try and throw something back here, because Hardy's putting on a lot of pressure there, and he calls him in, and the smile there from Ahmed as well. Entertaining little contest, this one.
Just coming into the final minute of round 5 of 6 of this super featherweight contest. It's been an entertaining one, but this is exactly what we put on it with Neilson Boxing in association with TM14 Promotions. Entertainment, great fights, showboating there from Sonny Hardy, and a smile on the face of Nabil Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed's enjoying himself in there as well, in the corner of Sonny Hardy, calling him on, urging him on, saying, come on, stay in his face, try and break his soul here. But Ahmed's having nothing of it. He's stubborn, this kid.
Final 10 seconds of round 5 of 6. Sonny Hardy's had a great 5 rounds so far. Heads back to his corner, Spencer. Just talk us through it.
Yeah, it's been pretty much similar from the opening bell, really. I think with Sonny Hardy, he's gradually, slowly but surely stepped things up, and I think that's been really, really impressive. But Nabil Ahmed has been very, very stubborn, and he's not breaking at all. Some of the work there, that's where Ahmed is actually starting to come back a little bit as well. But another good round there from Hardy. Good movement as well.
Ten seconds. Seconds out. 6th and last round.
Both fighters touch gloves as we enter the 6th and final round of this contest in the super featherweight division. The crowd are absolutely on their feet for Sonny Hardy as he is about to get the 11th win of his professional career. He's come out all guns blazing. Nabil Ahmed has been defensive throughout the contest, not quite allowed Sonny Hardy to have his knockout finish, but Hardy's had to use every tool in the box, and he's applying some decent pressure onto Nabil Ahmed now.
Yeah, he's really trying to get that grandstand finish, isn't he, Hardy?
Nabil Ahmed just lands a jab of his own at the same time as Sonny Hardy, but Hardy just comes in with his uppercut. Ali shuffle there from Sonny Hardy. Bit of showboating, the crowd absolutely love it.
Yeah, he's ready for it. He wants that big finish, doesn't he, Hardy? He's got a lot of fans that come down here tonight to support him, and he wants to give him a show. Good head movement there as well.
If he can't get the knockout, he's going to put on a show, and this is exactly what he's doing in the final round as we're approaching halfway through the final round of this 6-round contest. It's been a great night so far. more fantastic fights to come, but right now Sonny Hardy is about to get the 11th win of his professional career.
Yeah, he's only a minute 20 seconds away from that 11th win. As long as he stays focused, stays in control. Big right hand that went in there, followed by another one as well. Still time for the stoppage if he can get it. But as I say, a victory here will take him on to a title fight, I'm told, by Mark Neilson and John Trethewey, TM14. They said this kid gets a title fight if he gets a victory here, so a lot to fight for here.
And these stepping stones in the fighters' professional careers are so important. He's got to get a convincing win here, which he's obviously doing as we come into the final, almost coming down to the final 30 seconds of the final round. Sonny Hardy's not let up. He's kept the pressure on Nabil Ahmed throughout these 6 rounds. He's got a serious engine on him. Ahmed's defence hasn't allowed him to land the knockout shot, but we've still got 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Ahmed's done what he set out to achieve, and that was to survive. He's given it a little go as well, and he's trying to have a little go in the last 10 seconds here as well. Lands the left hook on the belt. Great little contest that. Dominant performance from Sonny Hardy. Slowly picked it up round after round, but his opponent, Nabil Ahmed, proved very, very stubborn. Very difficult to get out of there, but it was a clear victory for me by Sonny Hardy, trained by Kevin Mitchell, former world title challenger, British Commonwealth champion, great fighter, great friend, good guy. And here's some of the action in that 6th and final round. We saw Hardy pushing forward, looking for that knockout finish, but the stubborn Nabil Ahmed stuck in there. Give us a great contest. There he was, calling him in. Very, very enjoyable. But I think a clear winner, Hardy, 60-54 on my scorecard. Enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I don't think I can disagree with that at all, Spencer. He was a clear winner throughout that entire contest. He was quick, he was sharp, he's everything he needs to be to take the next step towards winning, towards getting that title shot. Just wait for the MC to make the decision official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Referee Sean McAvoy scores the bout 60-54. And your winner, still undefeated, Sonny the Instigator
And that's lovely to see the respect between the two. Spot on again with your scoring, Spencer. Sonny Hardy goes 11-0 and potentially has a title shot fight in his next fight. His team look absolutely delighted with him, with his performance this evening. It's been an entertaining night so far, and that probably was one of the most entertaining fights we've had this evening.
Yeah, it was. It was very, very good. Good to see Sonny Hardy keeping that unbeaten record. Title shot for him next. When and where, I'm not sure, but probably here at the York Hall Bethnal Green. Seems to have become a bit of a home for him in recent times. And next up, we've got a 6-3 featherweight contest. The unbeaten Christian Fetti goes in against Jose Manuel Perez. Really looking forward to that one.
Sonny Hardy just makes his way to ringside, and he'll be talking to
You've
Melissa.
got fans, Sonny. Hello, how are you? Sonny, congratulations on your 11th professional fight. How are you feeling getting those rounds in?
Yeah, it feels good. I knew I was more than capable to sit. Up until yesterday, we was scheduled for an 8-rounder, but unfortunately my opponent, Jake Morgan, pulled out of the contest due to ill health, so I wish him all the best. But as soon as you're better, Jake, let's run it back. I want to get that fight going. I've not trained 12 weeks for nothing. I want to get that fight. If it's not 8 rounds, let's make it 10. Let's get it done. Yeah, I felt really good. I felt well in control, and I'm just grateful to be fighting tonight.
Listen, it must feel so frustrating to get that last-minute change of opponent. You know, how do you keep that motivation up? Because in there, you look like you were having a great time. You look like you're really enjoying yourselves and kind of showing all the things that you've been working on throughout camp.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we showed a lot of progression. We didn't really get to show all of the progression that we've made. We've been hitting hard this camp. We've been improving on a lot of stuff. I don't really want to speak specifically about what we've been working on, but we've been doing really well, and I managed to show a small sliver of that in there tonight, not to the potential and satisfaction of what I wanted it to be, but it'll do for now. On to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, that win is still learning rounds in there, still getting those rounds in. You said you want to push on for titles. Obviously, you sound super keen to get that over the line as quickly as possible. How soon would you prefer to have that opportunity?
I'm always going to trust in my trainer and manager, Kevin. He's always going to guide me down the right path. I put all of my faith into him, and he's guided me down the right path this far, and I'm in no doubt that he's going to take me all the way in this sport. But yeah, it was a tough camp, this one. We've faced quite a few changes, quite a few trials and tribulations over the past few months from Christmas onwards, but it really lit that fire again in my belly, and it shows by the support that I've had here today, the changes that I've made in such little time, and how little I had to lose to gain so much. And it really shows now that I'm here, I've got a new fire, and I'm ready to show everybody the real Sonny Hardy now.
Kevin, quick word from you. Obviously, you know, we've seen Sonny in so many of his professional fights right here in these very, very walls. You know, you must be so proud of his development, his progression. He's changing and he's maturing as a fighter each fight.
I think development in young fighters, this day and age, sometimes they're trying to rush them too much and bring them along too fast and chuck them in title fights within 10 fights and things. I think you can see now in Sonny's fights how much he's improving, how much he's learned in the gym, spending time in the gym when we working, sparring, learning new things and not being rushed. His progress today, is, as you know, as everyone knows, if you're a boxing person, it's baby steps. And today he showed massive improvements from his last fight to this fight, and I think he's doing wonderful. I'm really excited for where his career can go, and I think soon there'll be title fights, yeah.
We're all really excited to see where his career can go. He's got all of the skills, the attributes, and the hard work ethic. Jens, what did you make of Sonny's performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good performance, especially, you know, the fact that the opponent he was meant to have, he was getting ready for another 50-50 fight. You know, that really puts another pep in your step when you're getting ready for a fight. And to hear on Fight Week or 2 days before the weigh-in or whatever that your opponent had to pull out, it can deflate you. So I think you've done really well. You know, despite the fact that you had a change of opponents and it wasn't what you wanted, I think you've done well what was in front of you. I think your opponent gave you a bit of a fight and you've done well to keep your cool and still get off what you needed to get off. I think you boxed well, and like Kevin said, you're showing your maturity. I've seen you from, I'm pretty right and saying I've seen you from your debut, and I've seen the level change, not just the being, but I've seen the skill set improve and everything, and I've seen you mature as a young fighter, as a young man, and listen, I think you're getting on well, and I think you're at the stage where you're ready for titles soon, but I don't know how you feel and your team feel. I think you're right there.
Absolutely, no, I 100 agree. I would have always taken the title from my 5th fight onwards, but I need to take my time. I'm only 23 years old, trust in the route that Kevin wants me to take, and Kevin's going to make sure that I am 100% ready. Yeah.
I think it's good you got someone like Kevin guiding you. He's been there and done it, like in the ring himself, so he knows what it takes. So I think it's the perfect partnership, and I know the way you fight, I know it's inspired by Kevin. I can see traits of that as well. You've got a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and a lot of skill.
Well, listen, congratulations. That was your 11th fight, 11th win. Any final words for your supporters in the building tonight?
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to each and every person who come out, paid their hard-earned money to come watch me. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you. Without everybody tuning in indoors, I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you. Without my team, I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you. And to each and every person out there doubting me, and who I hope is going to continue to do so. I wouldn't be able to do all of this if it wasn't for you. So, a lot of love for everyone. A big shout out to my sponsors, Sight King, Pagan Construction Limited, Rich Group Community Project, Empire, Firestone, Nature Wall, CBD, NKC, Motor and Sons, and the Highland Whiskey Clan. Bush!
Love it, Sonny. Congratulations. We'll see you out here soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sonny Hardy, that was a wonderful performance from him. It's great to see him maturing. It's great to see him coming on leaps and bounds as well. And he looks like he's making those improvements each time.
Yeah, and that's how you want to guide a young fighter. Him coming through, like I said, at first he used to want to knock everyone out and try too hard. Now he's just relaxed a bit more. He's letting his hands flow more. He's getting some good shots off, good shot selection. You're seeing the improvements, and you want to see the improvements. He's 11 fights in now. You know, ready to push on for titles. If you weren't seeing improvements, that'd be something to worry about.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it. He's maturing in himself. He's improving, and even the fact for the fight he was meant to be in a 50-50 fight to be changed at the last minute like that, for him to keep his head and still put on a good performance, it's just credit to him and his maturity. So
Yeah, absolutely. He's a class act, Sonny. He really is. Next up, we got a little treat for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you are Traitors fans, and tonight we have the pleasure of being joined by Faraz Noor from The Traitor, who's a massive boxing fan himself. How are you doing, Faraz?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to be here as well. Your call. Always see it on telly. It's a legendary arena, so be able to be here, it's absolute bouncing.
No, we're really pleased to have you here. What did you make of the show tonight?
Yeah, it's been a class show. I was unfortunate to miss a few early knockouts, to be fair, so I've came obviously watched Nathan Darby and I can't remember the Albanian's name, watched him, and obviously watched Sonny there put on a good performance, so yeah, been good fun.
And we've obviously got a British title clash coming up, not the next fight, the fight after that. Is that something that you're here specifically to see?
Well, unfortunately I'm going to have to miss that as well, because I'm off to talkSPORT 10 to 11, so I know, so I'm missing the main event, but I'm just glad to be here, so yeah.
A man in high demand, apparently.
Yeah, catch me on talkSPORT 10 to 11, fight night.
Love the little plug, love it. Faraz, so nice to see you, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you, appreciate it. Good luck then.
Awesome, thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro, appreciate it, thank you.
Gosh, such a star-studded crowd.
Yeah, no, it's good. Actually, you'll call TM14 and Neilson Boxing, they're bringing it all, man.
They're doing big things, Did you watch Traitors?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if I believe that, but okay. We're going to go over to us to make the announcement for the next fight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next bout of the evening, scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. And now please welcome to the ring, Jose Manuel Perez.
Well, the 37-year-old fighter from El Salvador is here to give Christian Betty a tough night with his 66% knockout rate. Betty's really going to have to rely on his enormous skill set for this one as Jose Manuel Perez steps into the ring.
Gentlemen, please welcome his opponents to the ring, Christian Betty.
Well, the decorated amateur and now unbeaten professional fighter Christian Betty is entering the ring, putting his perfect record of 6 wins on the line this evening. The crowd absolutely love him. He's got so much support in the York Hall this evening, and rightfully so. He put on a fantastic show last time he was out here back in November, and he enters the ring. He absolutely oozes confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing in association with John Trethewey of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, the timekeeper at the bell, Nick Weiss. And your third person in charge of the action in the ring, referee Amy Poo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black with white trim. His official weight of 9 stones, 11 pounds, and 1 ounce. He has a record of 43 fights, 27 losses, 1 draw, 15 wins, and 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from El Salvador, introducing Jose Manuel Perez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the white and blue. His official weight of 9 stones, 11 pounds, and 2 ounces. He's currently undefeated with 6 wins. Hailing from St. Albans, Hertfordshire, England's United Kingdom. Introducing Christian
step back. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Well, the Fetty army is certainly
Checkers out.
making some noise in the York Hall this evening as the first bell for this 6-round contest in the featherweight division goes between Christian Fetty and Jose Manuel Perez.
Yeah, Christian Fetty was meant to be boxing for the Commonwealth Youth title tonight. Unfortunately, his opponent didn't make it, fell through. So you get last-minute opponent in Jose Manuel Perez, a tough guy who's been around the block, been in with a lot of good fighters. So this is a good test here for Christian Fetty, who's unbeaten in 6. Good fighter with a lot of potential. And these sort of fights are really good for your development.
Again, comes into the ring with a decent amount of amateur experience. He won 28 of his 35 amateur bouts. So, you know, he's got a good skill set behind him. So this is the first full camp that he's had with his new trainer, John Ryder. And he says it's been seamless. And you can see the way that he puts his punches together. You know he's going to put on a performance.
Yep, last boxed here in October. Got a good victory then, and he'll be looking to build on that. Good right hand to the body there from Fetty. Really drilled that shot in. And as you said, boxing for the Matchroom stable. John Ryder, a great fighter himself. Back in the day, he's got a wealth of knowledge, and Christian Fetty will be taking that knowledge in.
Nice combination of punches there from Fetty. Doesn't waste anything, Fetty. He lands most of what he's actually throwing. Even if it lands on the gloves, he can find his range behind that jab. And nice rear hand and left hook to the body, though no doubt going to slow down Manuel Perez.
Yeah, Perez is feeling those shots to the body. That's a good shot selection there from Fetty. Working the head and body very well. Unpredictable, good variety of punches. Everything coming from behind that jab.
Almost down to the last 30 seconds of this first of 6 rounds in this featherweight contest, and can tell you now that Jose Manuel Perez is not going to make this an easy night for Christian Fetty.
No, he's not, but he's not going to have an easy night himself, that's for sure, because Fetty has been in complete control in this opening round, working everything off the jab, switching the shots to the body impressively as well.
Last 10 seconds of this first round, Fetty's dominated the entire round, puts his punches together well.
Well, first round gone there, and Christian Fetty will be very pleased with that. Found the range very early on, worked everything well. behind the jab. Let's take a look at some of the action in that first round. Perez just falling short with his shots, not stepping in with his shots. And Fetty found his range very early. There was the success to the body, switching attacks to the head as well. Behind the guard there of Juan Manuel Perez. Perez showing good durability in that opening round, but a brilliant start there from Christian Fetty.
Well, they were all smiles in the corner as John
10
Ryder
seconds.
just gives his last words of wisdom. Big smile on Christian Fetty's face. You can tell the camp's
Seconds
gone
out.
well.
Round 2.
Round 2 of this 6-round contest in the featherweight division between Christian Fetty and Jose Manuel Perez. Fetty dominated the first round nice and clean with a good repertoire of punches.
Good solid jab there again from Fetty, and I think that that's the key weapon for him in this contest. Break Perez's guard with that jab and let the shots go off the back of that. Perez, as I say, is a wily old customer, very, very durable. 15 wins, 27 defeats. But out of those 15 wins, 10 of those have come inside the distance, so you've got to respect his power.
He's applying intelligent pressure here, Fetty. He's trying to break Jose Manuel Perez down from behind his jab. He's got a good selection of shots, and he doesn't throw unless he knows that he's going to land them.
No, that's exactly what it is. He's not wasting anything, keeping the guard nice and high, controlling the space well, and just taking his time. Everything that he's doing there showing a good boxing IQ. Still only very early in this contest, and with someone like Perez, you just got to break them down slowly, chip away. Perez landing a decent right hand of his own there. Just a little reminder that he's in this one.
Fetty comes from a family that absolutely loves boxing. He said that he used to sit with his grandfather, but his grandfather probably loved watching him right now.
Yeah, just a little bit of blood coming from the nose there. Was it of Fetty? I didn't know if there was a little bit of facial damage. Nope, seems to be okay. That's the shot there, off the jab. Let the combinations go off that. Just don't try too hard, don't push too hard, just let the punches flow. I know he's brought a legion of fans down here. Christian Fetty sold an immense amount of tickets.
Well, his sparring partners are watching him put some pressure on Manuel Perez this evening. He was sparring with Max Schultz and Sonny Hardy in the lead-up to this fight, who we saw earlier on. Jose Manuel Perez just landing a few shots there of his own, letting Christian Fetty know he's still in there.
Yes, better work here from Perez, like a little reminder. He's heavy-handed, this kid. Out of the 15 wins that he's had, 10 of them inside the distance.
And that's a cut above the right eye of Christian Fetty.
Yep, that's not good there, and I'm not sure if that was caused by one of the left hooks that were thrown. We'll have to take a look at that at the end of the round, see if we can pick that up in the slow-mo. But that's a bad cut above the eye there.
And the end of this round couldn't come quick enough. The last few seconds, and John Ryder's going to have his work cut out there in the corner.
Well, it was all going according to plan, and in a split second, that's how it can change around. Let's take a look at the action in the second round. There we see a 1-2, and a big left hook landed. Right hand and left hook again, and I think that's where the damage was done, Preya, because we see him tapping away. Yeah, that was the shot right there.
That was the one. Referee's just gone over to have a chat with John Ryder, but he's an experienced coach who's going to know how to seal that up quickly.
Well, let's just hope that cut's not too bad and the blood doesn't flow into the eye, because that is a big problem. And that's what referees will look at, where the blood is running. If it runs down the side of the face, then it's not so
Seconds
bad.
out.
But if it's
Round 3.
affecting the vision, then we've got big problems. So John Ryder, brilliant fighter himself, great coach as well. He's worked hard on that cut, and let's see that How this is going to affect Christian's performance. First major crisis in his career so far.
And we're in round 3 of this 6-round contest. Fetty suffered a cut in the previous round, dominated the first. Manuel Perez came back strong in the last round. But Fetty just landed a nice clean right hand over the top. The pressure's on him to make sure that he stays in control now, Fetty.
Good body shot there from Fetty, and Perez was forced to hold, but Fetty really slammed that shot in. But he has to be careful he doesn't get too greedy here and sit in the pocket. The chin's up in the air, and he's got to be careful because Perez is winging those shots in. Big left hook goes in again.
Fetty's in panic mode right now with that work rate.
Both guys are just shooting from the hip here.
Fetty's got to get behind his jab again and take control of this fight, Spencer. He can't afford to get clipped like that again. No,
this is where Perez wants to be. Both guys are going to the body, and the attacks are going to be switched upstairs as well. Fetty's trying to match him blow for blow, but I'm not sure that's the right tactics here. Perez may have just punched out a little bit. He looks at his corner, he says that he's okay. Fetty wants to get on with the action. He's ready to continue here, but like I say, it's got to be educated pressure this. He's got to be careful. Good right hand goes in from Fetty there, followed by a brilliant left hook.
This is an absolute war here at York Hall. The crowd are loving it. Fetty's just landed a nice clean left hook onto the chin of Jose Manuel Perez. He lands one back. And this could really go either way. This is dangerous territory for both of them.
Yeah, it really is. Big uppercut goes in there from Perez as well. The better work coming from Fetty, who lands a big right hand, forces Perez to hold. But like I say, Perez is a tough old customer. He's been there before. He knows how to grind it out. And this may be new territory for Fetty, who's had 6 wins so far. But this one proving to be his toughest yet.
Surprisingly, that cut stayed nice and sealed, so that's a good thing.
Body shot slamming in again from both guys here. Fetty's coming off the better, heads coming dangerously close together. Both guys showing the marks of wear and tear in there as well.
Fetty trying to come in with his uppercut as we approach the last 10 seconds of the middle round of this 6-round contest. But Manuel Perez is just swinging his arms across both fighters. An absolute war in there in that round, Spencer. I couldn't even tell you which way that one went.
What a round of boxing. Both guys showing so much character, especially Christian Fetty, who's not been here before because this is new territory. He normally's had it his own way up until now. But Perez is making life very difficult for him. Fetty's winning the rounds, by the way, and he's showing a lot of character. He's gritting his teeth, biting down on his gum shield, showing what it takes at the next level, because that's what it is all about. When you get through the physicalities of a fight and it becomes a psychological battle, it's a battle of the mind. You've got to talk yourself through those, and Fetty's actually doing that now, because this is not so much physical but becoming a mental battle as well, and he's passing the test here. So yeah, showing a lot of character in there, Christian Fetty. Been very, very impressed, because we know that the kid's got talent, bundles of it, but this is a different thing when you've got to show your grit, your determination, your will to win, and he's showing us it really right now.
And actually, when we looked at the replay, a lot of the punches that Manuel Perez was throwing, Fetty was able to defend against and come back with his own. So, you know, we'll see how this goes in the 4th round of 6 in this featherweight contest between Fetty and Jose Manuel Perez.
Big left hook went in there. Big left hook went in there from Fetty, and I tell you what, Perez done well to hold on to that. But he's still dangerous, isn't he, Perez?
Well, we can hear the thud of both fighters' punches hit from here at ringside. We've even got blood on the table here from earlier on. But Fetty is staying composed. He's staying smart about this. He's come out, you know, a bit more calculated in this 4th round compared to the last. But he's got Perez on the back foot against the ropes. Nice uppercut through the middle there. Referee just saying to keep his punches up a little bit.
Yeah, he's just chipping away here, Fetty. He's doing a good job. He's got his composure back. He's thinking about what he's doing, he's educating what he's doing, but Perez is dangerous. Throws shots from unorthodox angles like that uppercut he just landed there. Fetty took it well, kept his composure, kept his shape well.
But again, nice educated pressure there from Fetty. He's got good defensive skills as well. Just took a clipping right hand there from Manuel Perez. And again,
I tell you what, his will to win here though, Fetty, is very, very impressive. He won't be denied. He's pushing forward and he's gritting his teeth in this one because Perez has proved a tough night's work.
but this is a tough test early on in Christian Fetty's career, and like you said, he's passing it with flying colours at the moment.
But it's a good test. These are the sort of things you need. You need to find out if a kid's got character. You need to find out if he's got to go soul searching a little bit. And he's had to do that a little bit in this fight with Perez. You know, Perez has asked him a few questions that maybe he's not had to answer before. Body shot there from Perez as well. Good left hook back from Fetty. Great little contest this.
A slamming right hand and left hook there from Manuel Perez. Fetty defended it well, neutralised it. Took it on his glove and neutralised it, comes back with his own, and we are about 20 seconds left in this fourth round of 6 between Christian Fetty and Jose Manuel Perez. It's been an absolutely sensational fight so far.
Yeah, it really has. Good work there from Fetty, just trying to come off the line. Switch attacks to the body. It's Perez now that's looking to hold on. He's the one now starting to look tired, and Fetty will take a lot from the end of that round. Another round in the bank for me for Christian Fetty, who's winning these rounds, but my scorecard won't really be telling the story of this contest, because for me, I got Fetty winning all the rounds, but Perez has played his part in a magnificent contest so far. Round 5 coming up. Anything could happen here. You still feel there's a lot of twists and turns to go in this one. A lot of drama to unfold in the next 6 minutes. One thing I know is Christian Fetty has to stay focused, switched on, because Jose Manuel Perez is a dangerous little dude.
Well, Fetty's army has certainly shown out for him tonight, and no doubt is getting him through some of the deep waters that he's been in this fight. We're in the penultimate round of this 6-round contest between Christian Fetty and Jose Manuel Perez here at the York Hall.
Well, what's going to happen in these next 6 minutes? We're going to find out very shortly for sure, but Fetty has to stay switched on, keep to the game plan, work everything off that jab, switch the attacks up, control that space. That's really important as well. And more importantly than that, after throwing your shots, you need to move your head, come off the line, because that's when Perez is dangerous. When Fetty goes like there, Perez will come back with a winging left hook or a right hand, and that's when Fetty's been getting caught. So he just needs to switch on after the work's been done. Whoa, big left hook again there. That's what I said. I just want to see Fetty moving his head off the line a little bit here, because everything's coming straight and everything he's doing is great, and he's shown us a lot of stuff, but I just want to see a little bit of lateral movement as well from the waist, because Perez is a dangerous little guy.
Fetty's been a bit more calculated in this round, I think. Since the third round, he's become a bit more composed, a bit more calculated.
Well, I think he was going in there to try and impress, take Perez out, and when he realised that Perez is a stubborn guy who's got a lot of experience, he's not going to be getting taken out, and then he got drawn into the trenches himself, and he had to show a lot of character. Now it's back to the boxing, using your brain, picking your shots, controlling the space, throwing the shots when necessary, instead of getting into a gun fight with this guy, and it's a 50-50 who lands first.
And this is exactly where Christian Fetty is the most successful, when he just takes a step back, looks at what's in front of him, gets back to his boxing and works from behind that jab. He does not need to be in a war with Jose Manuel Perez.
Yep, no shootouts please, use your boxing brain, Christian Fetty. There you go, pick the shot, then get your head moving off the line. Good left hook there. But this is where he needs to get his feet and his head working here. Little shuffles into range, little shuffles back out of range. He's throwing his shots and he's staying there. He's being too greedy, where he needs to throw the shot, shuffle out a little bit, move the head off the line, come back with shots again.
We're just approaching the final 30 seconds of this penultimate round in this six-round contest between Christian Fetti and Jose Manuel Perez. It's been a fantastic contest so far. Both boxers pushing each other hard in this contest. Christian Fetti lands a nice uppercut and left hook through the guard of Jose Manuel Perez, and he's looking to end this round strong.
Yeah, best round of the contest so far from Fetti, who's now controlling things, slowed it down a little bit, picking the shots well, and he's not allowing Perez to come back with shots of his own. There's better work there in the 5th round from Fetti. Another round for me in the bank.
And I think if he can do that going into the final round, he'll really show his class. He's won, but it's winning with class is what counts. Talk us through it, Spencer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about little adjustments and showing that you can adapt. Adaptability wins contests, because if you're not a one-trick pony, you show that you know. He went out there to impress. He went out there to impress the fans here at the Youghal Bethnal Green. He's the kid that sold all the tickets. That's why he's on before that's why he's chief support tonight, because he sold all the tickets in here. Sometimes you can get wrapped up in that, go in there, try and impress with a crowd. Perez is a tough guy. He comes from a tough background, and he showed that he can weather storms, grit his teeth, and actually throw shots himself.
10 seconds.
A bit of a shootout there for a while, and that's a dangerous game for Fetti to play.
Second
and now he's
out,
settled down, and he's
and
taken back
last
control
round.
of the contest, but he's got to stay switched on here. 3 minutes, stay focused, because Perez might come.
Touch of gloves there between the two fighters as we go into the 6th and final round of this featherweight contest between Christian Fetti and Jose Manuel Perez. Fetti's got some work to do in this final round. He's won it, but you know, he's showing his class, he's showing the repertoire of punches that he's got, and he's showing his ability to maintain composure in the face of facing some tough moments in this contest.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. It's all about staying focused now for these next 3 minutes. Very workmanlike, body shots going in well, but be careful Perez doesn't come back. Don't be too greedy, don't sit in the pocket too long. Let's see that head moving.
You can see he's just looking for those clean shots now, is Fetti. Jose Perez comes in with his head a little bit low. Fetti takes advantage of that with his backhand, but gets back to the boxing.
Yeah, it's been a tough contest for both of these guys. They give us a lot of entertainment in these 6 rounds. As we approach the halfway point of this 6th and final round, Fetti's still pushing forward, still trying to grind it out. Very workmanlike. Is he looking for that showreel finish?
Well, he's certainly applying the pressure onto Jose Manuel Perez. He's whipping those body shots in. He's looking for the big shot. Takes a jab of his own, but...
Oh, he's got to be careful though. Perez was hurt to the body, but he's coming back. Still hurt to the body, but Fetti's got to be careful.
Perez is still whipping those shots up through the middle and round the corner onto Fetti. Like you said, he's got to be careful, Spencer.
Yeah, he has. I mean, it's been very impressive, and I respect the fact that he's going for it. He's trying to get the job done in this 6th and final round, but in doing so, he's creating a little bit of chaos, and chaos creates opportunity, and that's what he's giving Perez in there at the moment, an opportunity.
Nice clipping left hook there. Lands on the chin of Jose Manuel Perez. Again from Fetti with the uppercut. Beautiful right hand over the top onto the chin of Jose Manuel Perez, but he takes it well. Fetti's looking for a strong finish as we approach the final 20 seconds of the final round of this 6th round contest.
Yeah, both guys have left it all in the ring, and that's for our entertainment. It's been a fantastic contest. Lovely right hand there from Fetti on the belt. Perez coming back with a shot of his own. Both guys looking to load up right until this final bell. What a contest!
What an absolutely sensational contest between Christian Fetti and Jose Manuel Perez. So much respect between the two fighters. skills. They took each other into deep water in that fight. But Christian Fetti shows his class, shows his skills, and we'll wait for the MC to make it official as Jose Manuel Perez goes back to his corner. John Ryder just taking a look at that cut on Christian Fetti, but seems to have been able to last it out well with his fantastic defensive skills. Huge smile on his face. He knows he's won it. Let's go to the MC to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Referee Amy Poo scores the bout 60-54. And your winner, still undefeated, Christian the Future Fetti.
Well, the future is bright for the unbeaten Christian Fetti. Won every round of that tough contest, and he looks absolutely delighted with himself. He goes 7-0 tonight at the York Hall against a tough Jose Manuel Perez from El Salvador.
All right, mate.
But an outstanding performance from the young Christian Fetti.
Yeah, how we doing, guys?
He looks absolutely delighted with himself. His Fetti army are absolutely going wild for this decision. What a performance from the young man. And we'll just join them at ringside with Melissa.
Christian, how are you feeling after that win?
Yeah, good. It was a good fight. I think I got a bit caught up in the fight sometimes rather than boxing, but that's my personality, so it is what it is. Yeah, all the things we've been working on in camp showed in glimpses. Again, I'm happy with the performance. It was better from the last, so each performance better and better.
I mean, that's all you can really hope for, really, taking those small improvements each time. But you look like you were having a good time in there. You look like you were utilising your defence and your offence really effectively. What was some of the advice that you were getting from the corner?
The advice was obviously catch and counter, because he was a bit erratic at times, come through, throwing a lot of shots, punches in bunches per se. So it was about soaking a few of them and coming back with your own thing at the end.
Obviously, you're trained by John Ryder. You had the Matchroom stable here tonight supporting you, the likes of Jimmy Sains, Jordan Liddard. How much does it mean to you to have those boys come down and show you that level of support?
Yeah, it means a lot for them to come down. Like, obviously, they're both on the way to the top of the game. So even to be around them, training with them, watching, listening, it goes a long way. Like them coming down sparring the other day, do you know what I mean? You're around amazing boxers all the time, so yeah, it plays a big part.
You were scheduled to fight for the Commonwealth Youth title. It fell through that last-minute change. How do you feel about that?
It's the sport we're in, isn't it? What can you do? It is what it is. We move on. I'll get the belt. Just going to take a bit longer.
Yeah, no, literally. I thought you got well tonight, and just like Melissa was saying, Commonwealth title fight fell through. That can lock you into a different headspace. I thought you handled that well. You had someone that was coming to you, bringing it to you, and fighting back. So it made for an exciting fight for the crowd. And obviously, it seems like you enjoyed it yourself. You probably got to not get engaged in too many fights. I'm saying, yeah. But it was a good work, good performance. How did you feel in the fight?
Yeah, good performance. Like I said, I felt really good. I do know sometimes I got sucked into the fight a bit too much, but that's things to work on. listen, the dog still comes out every now and again, do you know what I mean?
That's it, man. It's in you, innit?
And what's next? What's next for you, Christian?
I think next we will want that Commonwealth, so hopefully we can get that down, get a date set for that, and like I say, I was planning on taking that home tonight, so it'll just be a bit longer, so hopefully on the next one, that's the result.
Well, listen, congratulations on your performance tonight. We look forward to seeing you back in action, getting that belt and taking it home.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Dan.
Good performance, bro. Nearly died.
Really, really exciting a fighter we've got in Christian Fetti. You know, he's a guy that does not mind getting into a little tear-up, does he? And I think that's probably some of the advice that comes from the corner, which is not to get so mixed up in those engagements, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes it happens. I mean, the corner's always going to advise you to not engage in the fight, especially if you don't need to.
Yeah.
But sometimes the way the fight is going, the opponent trying to test you, it's like, all right, let's go. I can go there too. The crowd are amped, everyone's roaring, everyone's screaming. You can just, it's so easy to get drawn in. So sometimes you've got to kind of take yourself out of the fight emotionally and box to, you know, to the discipline, to the instructions you're given. But look, I thought he boxed well tonight. I thought he done his thing. I thought he engaged in a good fight, intended for us, but you don't need too many of those fights, especially at this level, because you're going to get them as you move on anyway.
Absolutely. Listen, he's a real showman, Christian Fetti. Every time I see him, I'm really excited by his performances. But one thing I definitely noticed in this fight was, as he said, you know, the catch counter. He's been obviously working on that in the gym. I think that really pulled through in the fight tonight, and I'm really excited to see his development as he goes on through the gears in his professional career.
Yeah, because he's improved loads from when I first saw him, and I thought it was a good fighter then. So a lot of things are coming off him. I think him and John are fairly new. So I think that team up there, I think.
It's working,
wonders,
and John obviously, John Ryder, so experienced. He's got a wealth of knowledge, and they're down at the Matchroom gym, which is surrounded by experience and talent and hard work. So I think that's a good pairing for him, you know.
100%.
It'll be really interesting to see what he does next. But guys, listen, the undercard is done. The main event is coming up, and this is the big one. This is for the vacant flyweight British title. We've got Alfie Clegg versus Sean Bruce. And it's going to be an absolute barnstormer. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. Over to Huss.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our main event of the evening. Scheduled 12 3-minute rounds for the vacant British Flyweight Championship. And now please welcome to the ring, Sean Bruce.
To you, if you have just joined us, you've got here in the nick of time as Sean Bruce makes his way to the ring in his quest to become the British Flyweight Champion. I don't know if our mics are picking this up, but the atmosphere here at the York Hall is absolutely electric.
Yep, really is, and a great chance here for Sean Bruce, who previously boxed for the Commonwealth Super Flyweight title, losing that one to Mac Macau, and that was in 5 rounds back in June 2025, and now gets the opportunity to win the British Flyweight title.
About to make his way to the ring for the 14th time in his professional career. This is a British Flyweight title fight here at the York Hall with Neilson Promotions and TM14 Promotions. Alfie Clegg comes out to an absolute roar from the fans. The atmosphere is absolutely electric.
Yeah, what an opportunity here for Alfie Clegg. who's just opened up his new boxing gym as well, so things really happening for this kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds for the vacant British Flyweight Championship. This bout is brought to you by Mark Neilson of Neilson Boxing in association with John Trethewey of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representatives, Richard Barber, James Keeley, Nigel Thomas, and Des Reese, and your inspectors ringside, Dan Frost, Mika Wilshire, Alan Spelling, Linnea Mullen, Harry McCauley, and Chaz Coakley. Your timekeeper at the bell, Nick White, and your 3 judges scoring ringside, Michael Alexander, Mark Bates, and Sean McAvoy. And your 3rd man in charge of the action in the ring, A-Star Championship referee, Howard Foster. So, the officials and fighters are ready. So to all in attendance here, your call, are you ready? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the red trunks. His official weight of 8 stones bang on. He has a record of 9 fights, 2 losses, and 7 wins. Hailing from Leicester, England's United Kingdom, introducing Sean Bruce! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the blue and gold. His official weight of 7 stones, 13 pounds and 8 ounces. He is currently undefeated with 13 fights, 1 draw, 12 wins, and 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Guildford, Surrey, England's United Kingdom, introducing Alfie Clegg!
Hey fellas, both in the dressing room, you got what I expect. Keep it clean, but straight away when told. If you watch it, heads in close, good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Referee just issued his final instructions ahead of the main event of the evening for this British flyweight title fight between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce.
Yeah, and what a great fight this promises to be. Who starts favourite? I don't really know. Steve Bruce is the one with the more experience. He's the one that's been boxing at a higher level. But Alfie Clegg has looked a class act up until now. Undefeated so far. And looking to continue that undefeated run. And if he can do that in this contest tonight, he becomes British flyweight champion as well. A lot on the line for both guys here.
Cheers of Alfie and Brucey echo through the York Hall this evening. As Sean Bruce just edges Alfie Clegg back behind the southpaw stance. Sean Bruce said that 5 years ago he didn't even dream of turning professional, so right now the British title is the ultimate dream. Lands a nice clean left hand from the southpaw stance onto the chin of Alfie Clegg. Alfie Clegg takes it well.
Yeah, Bruce looks the bigger of the two in there, doesn't he? Physically, he's taller, he's got longer reach, but looks physically big, doesn't he? Strong in there, Bruce.
He's just cutting the ring down well, Sean Bruce. Clegg just trying to move laterally, he moves well, but Bruce is able to cut him down.
Yep, just taking center of the ring, Bruce working behind that southpaw jab, looking to control the space, control the tempo of this contest. But Clegg is a guy that likes to box on the back foot anyway. Flashy punches. Like that clean, straight right hand through the middle. Perfect shot. Big left hook as well. And Bruce's legs dipped there. He's in trouble here. Desperate trouble, Bruce. He's got to be careful. What?
Clegg can sense that Bruce is hurt. Clegg's piling on the pressure, but Bruce is coming back strong. I don't know how Bruce is still standing, Spencer.
No, it was an entourage of punches there from Clegg. Beautiful shot, just dipped the knees of Bruce. He sensed it, jumped on it, and piled on the pressure. Sean Bruce done well to keep his composure there. He's got to be careful, Bruce, and when throwing those shots, he doesn't get too greedy, sit in the pocket too long. He needs to move his head off the line because Clegg's the one with the variety at the moment.
Alfie Clegg lands a nice clean uppercut off the ropes there as we approach the last 10 seconds of the first round. This bell cannot come soon enough for Sean Bruce.
Yeah, great boxing display so far from Alfie Clegg. What an opening round there of this contest. No feeling out process for these two. Take a look at some of the action in that opening round. It was Sean Bruce, that was pushing forward. He was the one on the front foot trying to create the openings, and out of nowhere, left hook, boom, lands on the shot. And Sean Bruce really felt the weight of that one. Done well to stay on his feet. Good follow-up by Alfie Clegg as he piled on the pressure but just couldn't find that finishing shot.
But this is exactly what we want from a title fight. We want it intense, we want it entertaining. Listen to the crowd, they're absolutely loving it.
10
but Alfie Clegg put on a sensational performance in that first round, as did Sean Bruce.
Round 2.
Well, I think we got the answer in that first round. People saying that Alfie Clegg hadn't boxed at the level Sean Bruce had. Would he be able to compete for him? A lot of people telling me he was an underdog. I said I wasn't so sure. Clegg's always looked a class act, and he's proving that he can compete at a higher level. Great opening round there from Alfie Clegg.
Well, he's answered that question solidly with that left hook of his that landed on the chin of Sean Bruce in that first round. But Sean Bruce has come back strong, landed a double right hand onto the chin of Alfie Clegg. Clegg takes it well.
Great, well evenly matched contest this one. The silky smooth moves of Alfie Clegg, looking to explode on the inside. Let the shots go, wing the right hand over the top. That's the shot for the southpaw, and that's the shot followed by the left hook. But there's a solid look around Sean Bruce. He's got himself back together. He's taken control again of the centre of the ring, which is the right thing to do.
He's working well behind his jab now, Bruce. He's landing nice, clean jabs onto the chin of Alfie Clegg, and that's really going to set him up to be able to land the bigger shots.
Nice work from Bruce there. Short left to the body, right hook over the top, and that's better work from Bruce, who's got himself back together nicely now. Looks nice and solid.
Sean Bruce says that his professional boxing career has been a roller coaster so far, and I think this fight's going to be a bit of a roller coaster fight for the pair of them.
Absolutely, but this game's all about opportunity, and they've both been gifted this opportunity for the coveted Longsdale belt, of one that's every fighter's dream to win that Longsdale belt, and both these guys get it. The opportunity here at the York Hall Bethnal Green. And if this contest continues the way that it started, we are in for an absolute barn burner.
It's hard to believe that Alfie Clegg stepped away from boxing for 7 years and now found himself on the biggest stage to fight for the British title.
Yeah, much more evenly contested round, this second round. Bruce has done well to get himself back into it, working well behind that southpaw jab. Clegg hasn't been able to find the openings. As I say that, he sneaks the right hand through the middle.
Bruce again edges Clegg back, but walks into a body shot there from Clegg as we approach the final 10 seconds of the second round of this 12-round contest for the British title. And it's been a fantastic fight so far, Spencer. What would you be saying to Alfie Clegg if he was in his corner right now?
Yeah, he's got to stick to the game plan here, Alfie Clegg, and box on the outside, be explosive on the inside, ring the right hand over the top, because that's where you're going to get success, followed by that left hook. But it's got to be educated, it's got to be calculated, because Sean Bruce clearly has the size, he has the reach, he's the one controlling the space here, he's the one working behind that southpaw jab. So I thought he done better in that second round, Bruce, and done enough maybe to win that one, which evened things up. But you feel that this one's going to be a real seesaw of a contest, action swinging one way then the other. Who's going to stamp their authority? Who's going to get hold of this one? It's all there to fight for after 2 rounds.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, the bell has rung for the third round of this 12-round contest for the flyweight British title between Alfie Clegg of Guildford and Sean Bruce of Leicester. So far, Spencer and I have got it a round apiece. Clegg having landed some real clean shots onto the chin of Bruce in the first round. Bruce has been able to gain his composure again and done well in the second round. But this is going to be a real seesaw of a fight, as Spencer has just said.
Yeah, it really is. There's a good shot through the middle. Lovely left hand through the middle there from Bruce. Clegg took that shot well. But he's going to have to be quite creative here, Clegg, because he's the smaller of the two. So he's going to have to work out how to break the defence here of Sean Bruce. Oh, lovely shot there. That was the shot, the winging right hand over the top. That's the shot that he needs to throw here, Clegg. That's the shot where he's going to get success. And that left hook as well. If you look at the lead hand here of Bruce, the lead right hand he carries it quite low. So you go right hand through the middle, left hook over the top. That's the shot that's going to hit him.
Clegg looking for his openings as he's on the back foot, but Bruce just edging him back. Clegg looks a bit more relaxed in this round with his hands low, but he's got to be careful. Bruce pins him down. He could be in danger.
Yeah, Bruce doing a good job here. He's making Clegg work hard, and he's not giving Clegg too much, and he's the one that's throwing the telling shots. The body shots going in there were good as well. Clegg trying to work off the ropes, but maybe taking a little bit too long there. Sitting there a spot too long.
Chance of Bruce around the York Hall this evening. Both boxers just a bit of a clinch, but Bruce comes back with a nice combination of punches, head and body.
Yeah, good work to the body there from Bruce. Switched it up lovely, didn't he? Then again to the body. Clearly targeting there. I think at the moment Alfie Clegg just taking a little too long to get off of his shots. He's allowing Bruce to dictate the pace, take control of this contest. And Bruce working well upstairs and downstairs.
Just coming into the final 20 seconds or so of the third round in this 12-round contest between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce. Bruce, I feel, has dominated this round. The third round in this contest, found his range a bit better, landed some decent body shots, got him with some nice flurries.
Yeah, he's just controlling the space quite nicely here, Bruce. And Clegg just needs to adapt a little bit here. He needs to show a little bit of that IQ that he's got. Yeah, we know you can move around and you throw lovely flashy shots, but you're going to have to do a little bit more than that now. I think they've got the work to do in the Alfie Clegg corner. Xavier Miller in the corner with him. He's a great trainer himself. And Miller, who's on a little bit of a run at the moment as well. He's in the corner with Bilal Fawaz, who had that brilliant victory last week as well for the British and Commonwealth middleweight titles. So that gym is really, really buzzing, but they've got work to do here because they're the ones that have got to change things up. For Sean Bruce, he doesn't need to change it. He's not broke, don't fix it. Stick to what you're doing. Everything's working well behind the southboard jab, switching the attacks to the body. But for Clegg now, he needs to do a little bit something different. He needs to put the shots together, switch the attacks to the body, try and bring the hands down of Bruce and let the little shots go over the top.
Great analysis there, as always, Spencer, as we start the 4th round of this 12-round contest for the British flyweight title between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce. It's been, like you said, a seesaw contest so far, but Bruce, I think, has just started to find his range and make Alfie Clegg box to his tune.
Yep, he's making Clegg definitely box to his fight at the moment. He's found a foothold in this contest. And as I say, yes, Clegg has got the ability, by the way, to turn it around, and we've got a long, long way to go. 12 rounds, trust me, is a long time. As a fighter, I've been there a couple of times myself, and trust me, you feel like you've been in there a week when you're in there. It's not like you're in there 45 minutes or an hour. It's like a week. It's like, oh, it's unreal. And they've got a lot to go for. It's a roller coaster of a ride, and with these two guys who are very evenly matched, expect a few twists and turns.
Well, they're evenly matched. It's been a high-paced fight, and they're always quick, and the work rate's always high when they're flyweights. You know, they move so fast, and, you know, you need a hell of an engine on them to maintain this pace. But Bruce, for me, is just finding it. It's just starting to set his pace for this fight, and Clegg's got to find those big shots again, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it's Bruce here that's sort of found a rhythm. He's set that rhythm and it's working for him at the moment, and I think Clegg's just struggling to work a way into that or break that defence so far. You know, I think the blueprint was there at the opening of the contest, but it was actually Bruce that adapted and adjusted, and he didn't make that mistake again, and he's not taking the bait again. He was caught cold, but he regrouped.
And that's the mark of somebody who's destined to be a champion. He was able to regain, regroup, and turn the tide a bit as we go into the final minute of the 4th round in this contest.
Yeah, another round so far is being won by Sean Bruce. For me, he's the one that's sort of controlling this at the moment. I'd like to see a little bit more from Clegg, maybe putting the shots together a little bit more. He's doing a lot of movement and he's trying to work it out, but he just can't figure a way inside that solid defence there of Bruce.
And I feel if Clegg can't start to take control a bit and find his range soon, this is going to be all Bruce. As the fight goes on, he's growing in confidence. A nice left hand straight down the pipe from Bruce onto the chin of Alfie Clegg.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. If Clegg can't turn this around and gain Bruce's respect here, because Bruce now is building momentum, and that's a difficult thing when a fighter gets into a rhythm, builds momentum, grows in confidence. He walked back to the corner there, Sean Bruce said, yeah, I'm good, I'm happy, I feel good, I'm in a good place. And you look over the opposite corner and there'll be Xavier Miller will be saying to him, come on kid, this is your opportunity, this is your chance, we need to turn it around. This is it, one shot, and you got to make it count. Don't just run around the circles of the ring. Be creative, do something, sit there a little bit, try and work with him a little bit as well. You need to gamble at some point. You need to take the opportunity. You can't play it too safe.
And it's arguable that Clegg perhaps left it a bit too long in the fight to capitalise on the successes that he had in the first round, where we thought actually this could end up being a one-way street for Clegg.
10 seconds.
Yeah, this is Clegg's fight to turn around here.
Seconds out.
At
round
the moment,
5.
He's now chasing for me. Sean Bruce just a couple of rounds up. Plenty of time to go. And expect more twists and turns. But at the moment, Sean Bruce has just found that rhythm.
We're now in round 5 of this 12-round contest for the British flyweight title between Sean Bruce and Alfie Clegg. Alfie Clegg landed some clipping shots onto Bruce early on in the fight, which had him worried, but he's gained his composure and he's turned the tide around as he piles a bit of pressure onto Clegg. Clegg comes back, defended well by Bruce.
Yeah, good body shots there from Clegg, but Bruce got his elbows tucked in well, and he's matching him punch for punch. And you feel that Clegg's the one that's working harder here at the moment. He's the one that's being forced back. He's the one that's being forced to fight at Bruce's pace.
Some stinging body shots went in there from Bruce behind the elbow of Alfie Clegg.
Yeah, this is a fight now where you feel that because Bruce is getting this momentum, Clegg might have to bite down a little bit here and try and push Bruce on the back foot, break the rhythm just a little bit. Like that, good right hand over the top, but look at the response there from Bruce. Great action here in the 5th round.
Bruce is just increasingly finding his rhythm, settling into this fight and really taking control. Alfie Clegg's trying, but Bruce is certainly having this his way at the moment as we approach the halfway mark of round 5 of 12 in this flyweight title fight. Nice clipping left hook there over the top from Alfie Clegg, but returned by a number of shots there from Bruce.
Yeah, big body shots going in from Bruce there. Trust me, they're sickening shots and they slow you down. You're feeling them, and Clegg will be feeling them as well. Those long levers of Bruce whipping in the lefts to the body and the right hooks as well. But there's a relentless pressure coming from Bruce at the moment, and Clegg, you just feel that they're in different gears at the moment. Bruce might be in 2nd or 3rd and Clegg might be in 4th, and that's pretty much where we're at here at the moment.
We can hear chants of Alfie from behind us here at ringside, no doubt trying to boost their man up as we approach the final 30-odd seconds of the 5th round in this British title fight. Sean Bruce landed a whipping few body shots there onto Alfie Clegg.
Yeah, Clegg trying to match him there, but Bruce looking the stronger of the two. He's physically the bigger of the two. But you just feel there, he's targeting the body here, and now he's starting to man him a little bit in there at the moment. Body shot going as well. Clegg, to his credit, trying to show character, trying to come back, lands a good right hand of his own.
And that was another sensational round between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce in this British title fight. Sean Bruce's corner is right beside us. They look absolutely delighted with this performance so far. Talk us through the replay, Spencer.
Yep, some of the action there in that 5th round, and it was all Sean Bruce pushing forward, defensively very, very good, but he was good at long range, but good on the short range stuff as well there, Bruce, whipping in the body shots, short uppercuts as well. The classy rolls coming from Clegg, who was trying to match him punch for punch, but just weren't having the same effect there. And another good round in the bank by Sean Bruce.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 6.
Well, we've reached the halfway mark of this British flyweight title fight between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce. Bit of swelling under the right eye of Alfie Clegg, probably courtesy of the stinging left hands that have landed from Sean Bruce so far.
Yep. Bruce again now, there's more urgency around his work. Bruce, he feels now he's in control of this one, and Clegg really being forced on the back foot and defensive here. Clegg, he's looking to counter punch, he's looking for an opening, hoping that Bruce makes that mistake again, but I'm not sure that he's going to. Bruce, there's a real solid menace around his work at the moment.
He's relaxing a bit here, Clegg. He's moving well on his feet, but Bruce is just able to cut him down and find his range. There's no escape for him.
Oh, lovely straight left hand through the middle as well. Yeah, you feel that he's slowly starting to break him a little bit here, Bruce. Clegg is finding it a little hard in there. He needs to find the second wind. He needs to find something. Starting to look marked up as well. This is becoming very, very tough there for Clegg now, as Bruce is starting to find that target with the left hand with frequency.
Bruce just hasn't let up. He's been able to maintain his pace in this this fight throughout as we approach the halfway through the 6th round of this 12-round contest. And those flurries from Bruce just keep coming.
Yeah, it's becoming very, very tough in there for both these guys. Very warm here in the York Hall, Bethnal Green, especially when you've got a full house. And there's a full house in here tonight, 1,200 plus. The balconies are packed as well. They appreciate good fights here, and they're getting one for the British flyweight title. Alfie Clegg, Sean Bruce leaving it all in the ring here in the 6th round.
Alfie Clegg just holding on. Bruce is able to push and punch his way out of this clinch as he just gets back behind the jab that landed clean on the chin of Alfie Clegg.
He just won't be denied, will he, Sean Bruce? He's pushing forward, he's going for it, and Clegg, to his credit, is showing character, is trying to match him, but just physically doesn't seem to have the strength to keep Bruce off at the moment.
Well, if there's one word to describe Sean Bruce this evening, it would be relentless as we approach the final few seconds of this 6th round of this 12-round contest. Nice uppercut there landed from Bruce.
Yeah, very happy with himself walking back to the corner there. Sean Bruce, and he's starting to build up a lovely lead now. And Clegg needs to do something to turn this around. Some of the action again. Bruce in control, controlling the space, finding the range with the jabs. The left hands are being effective to the body and to the head. And Clegg just left on the defence. He needs to come back quicker. He needs to get off with some shots of his own. But I think he's struggling with the physicalities at the moment of Bruce. The strength on the inside just seems a little too much. And he's got into a rhythm, and when a fighter gets into a rhythm, that's difficult to break.
10 seconds.
Clegg needs another round that he did in the first round, really, to turn this one
Seconds
around.
out. Round 7.
His right eye's looking even more swollen as we go into the 7th round of this 12-round contest. And Sean Bruce has put on an impressive performance against the tough Alfie Clegg, who just hasn't quite found his rhythm in the contest.
Yeah, again, Bruce started the round very, very well. The momentum is really with him, and Clegg is actually having to dig deep here. Body shots gone in as well. And look at this, he's turning the screw just a little bit here. Clegg's trying to match him, but Bruce won't be in denial here tonight.
When you see the work rate of Sean Bruce, he's an impressive man. He's been able to sustain that and still looks composed, still looks like he's in complete control. And he doesn't look like he's struggling at all. It's been a tough, hard fight for both of them, but Bruce has maintained that composure so well.
Yeah, well, the momentum seems to be building. You know, he's picking it up round by round, and I think that's what I said when they looked like they were in different gears. That's what I was talking about as an analogy. You go where Bruce looks like he's in 2nd gear and Clegg looks like he's in 4th gear, and all of a sudden there's no more gears to go and you blow a gasket, and that's where this fight sort of takes you. You know, for me, Bruce just seems to be going through the gears slowly, systematically, getting to Clegg at the moment, and Clegg is going to need to find something special to turn this around.
He's tactically incredibly intelligent, Sean Bruce, coming to the halfway mark of round 7 of 12 in this flyweight British title contest, and it's been an absolute cracker so far.
Yep, always are these British titles, mean so much to these fighters. To pick up a British title, and it leads to bigger and better things. This could be the start of something very, very big, life-changing in many ways if you win this title. And you can see what it means to both of these guys, because they're delivering in there tonight.
Well, the crowd are absolutely loving it here at York Hall. The atmosphere is electric. I know we've said it before, Spencer, but there's no other way to describe what the atmosphere here is at York Hall, as Sean Bruce is taking control of this contest between him and Alfie Alfie Clegg for the flyweight title in the last 20 seconds of round 7.
Yeah, Clegg's going to have to do something different soon. He's going to have to roll the dice, take the chance, try and push Bruce on the back foot, because as long as Bruce is on the front foot, Clegg's in trouble, because he's spending too much time here, Clegg. Not getting off of his shots, a lot of movement, but not enough punches. And then rounds are now slipping away.
Well, Bruce has impressively taken control of that fight from round 2 onwards, and has gone from strength to strength. Talk us through it, Spencer.
And this is why you see the shots there, shot selection. Look at the way he's working that body. Trust me, you feel those shots. You feel the weight of those shots. They slow you down, they drain you. And there's a nice, solid look around all of his work at the moment. As I say, shot selection's good. And the output is good as well. And there's just not enough output from Alfie Clegg at the moment, who's a class act himself. You know, there's no disgrace in this performance at all. But at the moment, Sean Bruce, for me, boxing out of his skin.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 8.
Alfie Clegg just slightly slower to get off of his stool, and his coach is out of the corner as we go into the 8th round of this 12-round contest. He's on the back foot from the off. He moves well, but Bruce has been able to pin him down, and he's already sustained a bit of pressure there in the 8th round, the beginning of the 8th round here.
Yeah, it's the physicalities that Clegg's struggling to overcome here. Bruce, there's a real physical menace around him. He's big, he's strong. And you can see that that's just the difference between these two at the moment. Alfie Clegg's a beautiful young boxer, beautiful move up, but just doesn't have the physical presence in there tonight.
Nice double jab, left hand there from Bruce from the southpaw stance. But he's really able to switch it up. He peppers Alfie Clegg with the jab and the lighter shots, and then goes in heavy, comes back out again, finds his range and goes in again, just like he's doing now.
Yeah, very workmanlike, isn't it? He's just keeping everything solid. Credit to Clegg, he's trying to come back, he's trying to make a fight of this. He's trying to find something from somewhere. It's not over till it's over. We're only in round 8. Anything can happen, lots of twists and turns. Never give up hope. Cole Froch will be the chairman of that club. We've seen him in many of fights turn it around. Lastminute.com, Jermaine Taylor, when he won the title out in America, was a great performance. But the reason I'm mentioning that is, I say, you never give up hope, because it's not over till it's over. And while there's rounds in the bank, the fight's there to be won.
And Alfie Clegg is a resilient young man. He came through the amateur ranks, he lost most of the 20 fights that he had, but he's now on the professional stage fighting for a British flyweight title. But again, nice double jab there, just over the top of the guard of Alfie Clegg from Sean Bruce.
Yeah, pushing forward, isn't he? He's working so well. Clegg doing well to keep his composure, keep his shape. It's been a tough night in there so far. Good work there from Clegg.
Just approaching the final 30 seconds of round 8 of 12 of this British flyweight title contest. Sean Bruce, an impressive performance throughout the fight. He's pushed Alfie Clegg to his limits, but Clegg is still coming back, lands a nice body shot onto Bruce, but...
Yeah, Bruce just pushing forward still. Clegg trying to find something from somewhere. But there's a relentless work rate around Bruce as we get 2/3 through this contest. It's becoming one-sided on my scorecard. 6 rounds up to Sean Bruce, and for me, Alfie Clegg now needing a knockout. And the reason is because of this. This has been the pattern of the contest. Sean Bruce pushing forward, working everything behind that southpaw jab, landing good left hooks to the body, throwing good left hands to the head, and switching the attacks so well to the body as well. Clegg's been trying to make a fight of it. Those silky smooth moves that he's got have just not been effective enough tonight.
10 seconds. Seconds out.
Sean Bruce won.
Round 9.
Won the Midlands title 15 months after his debut. So he's always been a talent. He's always been recognised as a talent by his coach, Rendell Munro. And he's showing that tonight too.
Yep, he certainly is. Cole Greaves is in the corner as well, who manages him. Cole Greaves, a great fighter back in the day himself. He told me, Spence, we fancy this. He's coming to win the title. I thought it was a 50-50 before we went in. And now it is looking very much in favour of Sean Bruce here, and this Alfie Clegg can do something drastic to turn this around.
Alfie Clegg just manages to slip away from the ropes as Bruce comes forward. We're in round 9 of 12 of this British flyweight title fight here at the York Hall. And Bruce has put on a fantastic performance. Alfie Clegg just showing the heart of a lion as he continues to fight back in the face of this relentless pressure from Sean Bruce.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. Brea is relentless pressure.
Nice clean left hand there that landed on the chin of Alfie Clegg. He's got a good chin on him, Spencer.
Yep, he certainly has. He's shown a lot of character, that's what I said, you know. And he's not lost soul in this either. Like, he's stuck to the game plan. He must know that he's falling behind on points, but he's never given up hope. He's shown great character. There's a lot to like about Alfie Clegg, and there's a lot to learn from this contest for him. If he does lose it, he can come back bigger, better, stronger. He's a great little fighter.
Well, you can see that he's got quite a wide repertoire of skills. He can box from the jab, he can box on the inside, he moves well on his feet when he's relaxed. It's just not been, you know, styles make fights, and Bruce has been able to handle it.
Yeah, it's just the physicalities of Bruce. I think he's just too strong for Clegg. Clegg knows that now, and he's trying to roll the dice. He's doing exactly what I said he needs to do and start going on the front foot, meeting fire with fire. And that's basically the gamble that you have to take.
We come to the final minute of round 9 of this British flyweight title fight between Sean Bruce and Alfie Clegg. Alfie Clegg fighting back with absolutely every part of his body, but Sean Bruce's pressure is absolutely relentless. A nice clipping left hand there from Alfie Clegg. Right one goes into the body.
Yeah, he's shown good round here, Clegg. He's landed a couple of good shots, and it's been the best round of the contest for him for a long, long time, since the first round, really, and he might be doing enough to win this round. He's getting off with some clean shots. There's a relentless work still around Bruce's work, but Clegg, is this a glimmer of hope? Is it what he needed? Good left hook goes in as well. Body shots going. This is a good round here from Alfie Clegg. I told you it's not over till it's over. And you just feel there could be more left in this.
Beautiful uppercut landed there on the chin of Sean Bruce, right on the bell from Alfie Clegg. This could be the thing that boosts his confidence. Well, like you said, Spencer, this could be the round that turns things around for Alfie Clegg. Talk us through the replay.
Yeah, good work here from Clegg. He's dug his deep, dug his heels in and matched fire with fire. Exactly what I said he had to do. Landed a good body shot there as well. But he sort of matched Bruce punch for punch, and that's what he needs to do now. He needs to gamble. He needs to go for it. You know, he's got 3 rounds to go, and he has to work. He has to work hard, and he's got to take that chance, knock out or get knocked out. You know, it's got to be educated, it's got to be calculated, but he has the boxing ability to be able to do that.
Well, we're entering round 10 of this British flyweight title fight between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce, and it's been a sensational fight so far. If you have just joined us, Sean Bruce has done well to win most of the rounds here, but Alfie Clegg's gained some great successes along the ways. Had a good round in the round 9, and he's come out confident in round 10 as Alfie Clegg.
Yeah, well, he's got to, Freya. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to take the chance now because he needs the knockout to win. Even if he wins these last 3 rounds, for me, he's not done enough. I think that he's allowed Bruce to build up a massive, massive lead. And he had a good round there. Let's see if he can build on that. Or can Bruce take back control? Because he's landing some lovely shots here in this 10th round.
It's unbelievable to me how Alfie Clegg has been able to take so many clean shots from Sean Bruce just like that. He's just landed a nice clean left hand again from the southpaw stance. Clean shot there from Alfie Clegg too, but Bruce takes it well, gains his composure again, pushes Alfie Clegg back towards the corner.
Yes, this is a great little contest, isn't it? I think that both guys come out winners here. Bruce is showing a lot of character. He's sticking in there. The short game's good as well. That's nice work. But look at Alfie Clegg trying to grit his teeth, dig his heels in. Trust me, when you get to this stage of the fight, this is not easy. Now, this is all a mental battle. The physicalities have left both the bodies now. This is about a psychological battle. Who wants it most? Who can find that winning formula?
And we're about a minute to go in the 10th round. These rounds go quickly. Well, for us who are watching it, probably not for them. Like you said, it probably feels like weeks, but nice clean shots coming there from Sean Bruce, reflective of the entire fight where he has maintained that relentless pressure on Alfie Clegg. Alfie Clegg comes back with shots of his own.
But look at Bruce here, digging deep, digging in, and having a good round himself. What a round here, what a contest here. This is what the British title means for both of these guys. They want it so, so badly.
Referee just keeping them honest in there. It's a bit of a, gives Alfie Clegg a bit of a ticking off. A lovely body shot there from Sean Bruce. I don't know how Alfie Clegg was able to take that nice right hand there onto the chin of Bruce from Alfie Clegg.
Oh, Bruce is really digging those shots in now. He fancies it. Clegg has got to be careful he doesn't get caught.
And the bell almost cranked up on us in that 10th round. Some animated work in the corner of Sean Bruce. They are delighted with what they're seeing from their man so far. Spencer, talk us through it.
Yeah, both guys showing so much character there, and this is where Sean Bruce started to dig his heels into the canvas, really planting his feet, loading up with the shots, looking to break the soul here of Alfie Clegg, but Clegg had an answer. He come back with some great shots as well. Great round of boxing there, round number 10. I felt that Sean Bruce done enough in the end to win the round, turned it around in the last minute or so. But what a fight, what a contest
10
from both
seconds.
guys here. For me, Alfie Clegg needs a knockout. 2 rounds to go. I've got him
Seconds
a long
out,
way behind
round
here.
11.
And here we are in the penultimate round of this flyweight British title fight between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce. This fight has been absolutely sensational. It's been competitive, it's been intense, and it's been exactly what we want to see for a title fight.
Yeah, it certainly has. Both guys leaving it all in the ring, and that's what all the fans that have turned out here today wanted to see. And all the people that have tuned in to the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, I hope you're enjoying it as well.
Sean Bruce again just edging forward. That relentless press, a nice left hand lands onto the chin of Alfie Clegg. He cuts the ring down well, does Sean Bruce.
Again, the work rate, the output, punch output has been quite incredible, hasn't it? Both guys really going for it here. Big right hand there from Clegg. He's trying to find something from somewhere. He'll know that he needs something. And look at the response from Bruce, coming back, biting on his gum shield.
But Clegg's fighting back. He will not be denied. If he's going to go out, he's going to go out fighting. And this is exactly what we're seeing. He's got the heart of a lion as Clegg, and nice flurry of punches there through the guard of Bruce.
Yeah, great work there from Clegg. But look at the response from Bruce. He just comes back as well. I can tell you one thing, Brea. Both these guys are going to know about it in the morning. That is for sure.
But I don't think both fighters are absolutely going to know that they've left everything in the ring. Win or lose, they've left everything in the ring, and they can be proud of their performance as we enter the final minute of the penultimate round of this British title fight at York Hall.
Yep, and what a fantastic contest it's been. The referee has had little or nothing to do, which is always a great sign, and the action has absolutely been packed. Brilliant effort from both of these guys. Win, lose or draw, the loser will come back again, that's for sure.
Nice little right hand there on the inside from Alfie Clegg.
Both guys starting to feel the pace now. As I say, the fatigue has definitely set in from both of these guys. Now it is becoming really tough.
Lovely head movement there from Alfie Clegg. A couple of left hooks went into the body of Bruce as we go to the last few seconds of the 11th round of this title fight, British title fight. Both fighters have been absolutely sensational so far.
Well, both guys now showing the wear and tear of a contest that has been as tough as this, and so they should be, because I'll tell you what, this action has been relentless from round 1, and here's the action in round 11. The pattern of the fights, Sean Bruce pushing forward, digging his heels in, grinding it out, and the response, Alfie Clegg bouncing back with shots of his own. What a contest here. The 12th round coming up. Can he turn it around, Clegg? He's got a lot to do on my scorecard for sure. He needs the knockout to win. He's got to roll the dice, throw everything and the kitchen sink, whatever he's got left in the tank. He has to blow that gasket.
Seconds out, 12th and last round.
An embrace for Sean Bruce from his coach as they enter the 12th and final round of this British title contest at York Hall. The crowd are absolutely on their feet. It's so loud in here, but this has been a sensational fight between Alfie Clegg and Sean Bruce.
And here he comes, Clegg. He knows he needs the knockout to win, and he's going to go for it, I think. He's holding his ground, planting his feet. But let's see the response. Oh, nice left hook over the top there. Good response back with the left hand. Through the middle from Bruce. But both guys now are fighting on empty.
Bruce just needs to get behind the jab again, not let Alfie get comfortable again, not let him land those left hooks to his chin. It buckled him in the first round, and I think he's still in danger of that happening.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. He's got to be careful, one false move at this level and it's checkmate. But look at that, Sean Bruce coming, landing the right hands. Clegg just now gambling, he's going for it, he's doing what I said he has to do, which is great. Oh, lovely work there. 8-10 punches on the inside from Clegg, and look at Bruce's response.
The work rate of these two men this evening, Spencer, has been nothing less than incredible. Nice clean shots there landed on Alfie Clegg from Sean Bruce. 2 body shots as well as both boxers come into a clinch.
Yeah, big left hand through the middle from Bruce, wasn't it? Clegg didn't flinch. He stood in front of him, ready to go. What a contest this has been.
We are almost a minute away from one of these fighters being crowned the British flyweight champion. For me, it's Sean Bruce. For the crowd, I think it's Sean Bruce. But let's see, anything can happen in boxing.
Yeah, I think the real winners are the crowds here, because they've had an absolutely fantastic fight. A historic night for Neilson Boxing, TM14, putting on their first British title fight. And what a British title fight it's been. for the British flyweight title. Alfie Clegg, Sean Bruce, only moments away. We're in the last minute of a fantastic contest. A fight that I think...
And that was a beautiful left hand there from Alfie Clegg onto the chin of Sean Bruce. Right hand, sorry.
Yeah, Bruce has got to be careful here because he's gambling as well. Oh, he comes back with a big left hand. What work here, and look at these guys.
We're almost down to the final 20 seconds of this 12-round contest. Last 10 seconds, and the crowd are going absolutely wild. Sean Bruce lands a clean left hand on the chin of Alfie Clegg. Alfie Clegg still comes back. They fought to the last minute. Sean Bruce puts his hands in the air as his corner celebrate what they think has been a sensational win for the young man from Leicester.
Yeah, what a fight, what a contest we had there for the British flyweight title. Sean Bruce, for me, has done enough. What a performance though by Alfie Clegg. He showed heart, he showed soul, he showed a little bit of everything in there. For me, maybe just not enough tonight, and that doesn't mean he can't return and he can't do it again. Some of the action in that 12th and final round, and what a round it was.
But it just goes to show, Spencer, that both of these fighters were absolutely worthy contestants for this British title fight, and they deserve to be in that ring tonight fighting for that title.
Yep, totally agree. I've just done my scorecards there, Freya, and I've got it 118 to 110, which really doesn't tell the story of that contest because it was tough. It was really tough, but for me, Sean Bruce was doing enough to win the rounds. But what a contest it was.
They just showed their class and grit, and I've not seen anything like that in a while. This was absolutely sensational. The crowd are absolutely loving it. We can barely hear ourselves as Sean Bruce's coaches celebrate in the corner ahead of the decision being made official. Go to our MC to make this decision official as Sean Bruce's team celebrate in the ring here after what has been an absolutely incredible performance by him and Alfie Clegg.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we please have a round of applause to these two fighters. After 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges, Mark Bates and Sean McAvoy, scored about 116 to 112. And Judge Michael Alexander scores the bout 116 to 113. And your winner by unanimous decision and your new British flyweight champion, Sean Bruce!
Well, an absolutely deserved win for Sean Bruce as he wins the British title this evening. He cannot believe it. The emotion is so raw in the ring right now from Sean Bruce. This is exactly what he wanted. This was the dream. And you just can't beat this atmosphere, can you, Spencer?
No, absolutely not. This is what it's all about. This is fighters' every dream, and you can see that up in the ring there. Randall Monroe, the former European champion, world title challenger. Carl Greaves in the corner as well. Yeah, there's loads going on there, emotions going on, and this is what it's all about. So yeah, what a moment, what a fight. Alfie Clegg can come again, brilliant young fighter. It wasn't to be tonight, but I'm sure at some point this kid has the ability to go on and win the title.
Well, we will most certainly see them both again in the ring. The celebrations continue here at York Hall as Sean Bruce is crowned the British flyweight champion, and he couldn't be happier. Well, that concludes what has been a sensational night of boxing here at the York Hall, where quite literally champions are made. We'll be back here again on the 13th of March for a fantastic card of top British talent, including George Groves' protege, the slick Lucas Rohig, and a highly anticipated debut of 7-time national champion Jamie Barrett. For now, though, we will leave the celebrations at York Hall. From me and Spencer Oliver, we thank you for joining us, and we'll leave you with Melissa, who will be doing the post-fight interviews.
Sean, congratulations. You've got the illustrious Lonsdale belt around your shoulders. Tell me, sum it up for me. How does it feel?
Wow. I just want to start by saying, everyone that made the trip from Leicester, I love you. Come on. This feels unreal. 5 years ago, I didn't even believe I was good enough to turn pro. And that one over there allowed me to believe in myself, brought me all this way. I wouldn't have done it without him. Sometimes in life things happen for a reason, and I think as well sometimes people are put in your life for a reason, and this man saved me. Woo.
Sean, I can see how much this means to you, how much this means to your team. It's so beautiful to see this level of emotion, this level of support. You said in a pre-fight interview that it was your dream to box here at the York Hall and win the British title. You did it on away soil. It's incredible.
Listen, I got married in September to that beautiful girl there, and I know that winning the British title is a massive achievement, but I know it's one step closer to changing mine and my family's life, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's only up from here. It's only up from here. We're coming for everything.
This is your 10th professional fight. Very, very early doors in 2026. What can we expect to see from you next?
Yeah, listen, 8 months ago, I got stopped in Glasgow. People were writing me off, and it just shows you get good people around you, never give up, always believe in yourself, and anything's possible. I'll sit down with my team next, we'll figure out what's best, but like I say, we're coming now. We've announced ourselves tonight, and this is just the start of a long career. Let's have it.
Such a testament to hard work, dedication, and self-belief. You know, what did you make of Sean's performance tonight in the ring?
Tonight, I think it was the case of, I've said it from when Sean first walked in the gym. I said, you're a superstar in the making, kid. You just got to believe it. And tonight, he dug in and he went, yes, we have ups, we have downs. In the first round, we had a little bit of a down. He came back to the corner and he says, I love that, Rendell. Let's start boxing.
It's so fantastic to see that development through the rounds. Mark, obviously, this was the first British title fight on this show. How much does it mean to you?
Oh, we're absolutely delighted with that. I mean, the iconic York Hall, everyone you know, to the massive names that have boxed here. It's our first British title fight, and to be able to put it on in York Hall was like a privilege for us. But to have a fight like that as our British title fight, you know, toe to toe from the start. I saw him at the weigh-in yesterday, and he looked really big, and I was a bit concerned. Obviously, we're back in the homeboy. You know, he's our guy. He's fought for us a few times. But fair play to this man. He's come away from home and put on a performance like that. Credit to him. Credit to all his team. He's come and done it away from home, and there was no doubt in that decision for me. So fair play to him.
Honestly, congratulations. It was such a fantastic performance. So amazing to see. The future is so, so bright for you. Any final words to your supporters here in the building, to your team?
Just thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. Everyone who spent the hard-earned money making it down here. I love you. Let's have a fucking pint of Guinness. Woo!
Congratulations, Sean.